If you're looking for light...
Welcome back to the Doc of DocTalk show, everyone. Today is our live Q&A. I'm Dr. Darrell Wolfe. And you know what this show is about? It's about training you how to create the perfect day from the minute you wake up until you go to bed and just repeating it every day. Oh, wait a minute. There it is. Repetition is the art of mastering life on planet Earth. And that is the God's truth. You know, it's like this, okay? Knowledge is great. I know a lot of people with knowledge, okay? I've got friends that have degrees out the you-know-what, okay? But the reality is I have friends that have degrees out the you-know-what, and they don't have the you-know-what. What would that be? Well, health. They don't have their health. Or they don't have wealth. Or they don't have good relationships. So that's what I'm talking about. The day that you understand that mastering your mind first and foremost will allow you to then master your body, that will then allow you to have what? Health, wealth, and great relationships. I mean, who would want more? And that's what I offer you. I'm not going to get on here and tell you that I make millions every day. That's not what I'm talking about. I will tell you this much. About, 13 years ago, I was worth probably 3.2 to 3.5 million. And then 7 years ago, just before I got back in and started the Doc of Detox, okay, I didn't work. I didn't work for almost 9 years. I took eight years off, a little bit more than 8 years. And just before I got back into the business here, I had $2,200 in my bank account. And then you're going to go, wow, why should I listen to you? Well, because I definitely know how not to do it, don't I? Okay? The reality is that even when this was all happening, I mean, believe this or not, when this was all happening, I was writing the Healthy to 100 book. And my partner said to me, so, how are we doing? How are we doing? I said, well, there is $2,200 in the bank account. And she goes, wow, how do you feel about that? Do you want me to help you out? And I go, no, I don't need help from anyone. I have total faith in this. I think I actually lost all my money so that would help me to find the true me and to have total faith on no matter what the circumstances or what was going on. Now, let me tell you something. I do not embellish things like this. So you can believe it or not believe it. I'm telling you the God's truth. Okay? So that was 5.5 years ago, 6 years ago. Okay? I could tell you the whole story, but then we'd be here all day, and I don't want to do that to you. I know why you're here. You're here to get your questions answered. But I'm trying to tell you something, okay? Will it be faith or will it be fear? That is the decision that you need to make today. And every moment, that's why you want to connect to the Lionheart breathing. That's why you want to do the love band work. That's why you want to order these. That's why you don't feel silly wearing them and then snapping them, because you're giving yourself a kiss to remind yourself that you love yourself. You love yourself in a world that says it loves you, but it doesn't. Or does it? I don't think so. That's why you wear this, because you're giving yourself a hug. Because if you give yourself enough kisses, enough hugs, you will not blame your family for not filling up your empty heart every day. If you filled up your own heart and it was overflowing with love, then you'll have enough to give to anyone so that you don't have to have what? A tantrum. Tell me that adults don't have tantrums. My God, we go around killing people, for God's sakes. I think that's a pretty bad tantrum, don't you? So here we are. Another Q&A. All right? So I want to talk about something before we go on. And that's this. Did you know that you are unique? Now, I know that your mother and father said you were unique, okay? And I know that people say you're special. But I'm not saying that lightly, okay? I'm not just saying this, okay? I'm going to prove it to you. You are totally unique, okay? All right, so here's the deal. I'm going to be doing a lecture, and it's called Mind Before Medicine. And when I release that lecture, I'm going to go into this in more detail. But I just want you to understand this and understand that what I have is science. And anybody out there that's a naysayer and would like to come on my show, even video, if you don't think I'm right, I'd love that. Okay? Because I'm going to back it all up that this is science. And here's the deal. Did you know that every cell in your body, okay, has a special antenna? And your antenna is like nobody else that's ever come to this planet. Mine is like nobody else's that come to this planet. Now, why would you have a special antenna? Oh, because you are special. You are unique. And that which created the universe created that uniqueness. And let me tell you something. That antenna, okay, is there. Why is it there? Because it's there to pick up a frequency, and that frequency is your spirit. So you can believe it or not. No, here he goes into that stuff. But this is science now. This is not voodoo stuff. So now, your energy, your spirit, call it what you want, your frequency is continually coming to those antennas that are on every cell that you have. Now, they're called receptor sites. So if you want to look that up. And you have these receptor sites on every one of your cells. Okay? So I need you to understand something. Your cells may die someday, but, okay, the broadcast will live forever because you are infinite. And that is your spirit. Now, here's the deal. Did you know that your emotions are going to decide how much your antenna in every cell is going to let in? Okay? So that broadcast that's being broadcast somewhere out in the universe that's coming to this physical body can be stopped by your images, which create your thoughts that create what? That create frequencies. And you can actually bombard and shut down that antenna from receiving those messages properly. So that's why people lose their spirit when we become adulterated. We actually get programmed with images and thoughts to actually turn down the electromagnetic pull of your spirit into those antennae. Believe it or not. I truly believe it. Makes one heck of a good story, eh? Well, let me just say this. When somebody gets a transplant, why do they have to give that person drugs so that the body will accept the transplant? It's just cells. Why do they? Oh, I'll tell you why. Because there's different antennae on those cells, and the body's rejecting it because the spirit doesn't come into those cells. Those were cells from someone else. Let me ask you another question. Why is it when somebody gets a heart transplant, they have different dreams or nightmares or thoughts, or they start liking different foods and they find out that that person who owned that heart or that kidney or that liver liked it, or they get angry, or their personality changes? I just want you to think. I say, let's stir it up a little bit. Hey, there's no fun in this if we're not going to stir it up a little bit, you know? That's what you need to do. You need to stir up your life a little bit every moment that you live, because that's how you live a great life, okay? That's how I believe you live a great life. I mean, that's how I believe I live a great life. All right, so let's get right to it. So this Friday at 1 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, for those who have questions, okay, about what? The Fasting for the Perfect Life Challenge. I don't know. If you're new on here and you don't know, on the 15th of May, we're going to do 6-day fasting, advanced water fasting, which is not like just water fasting. This is something that'll be easier for you to do, and I promise you. And then I'm going to be gone. I'm going to be on for every day for an hour if you need me for those 6 days. How much support, eh? And then I'm going to be on and just do little tips and stuff like that throughout the day as well. But up until the 15th, I'm going to be there for you. Now, this Friday, we're going to have a PDF that we're going to put up on Instagram. We're going to put it up on Instagram. We're going to put it on Facebook. Where else are we going to put it? That's about it, eh? Instagram, Facebook? Yeah. And if you want to get it. And that PDF is going to have the skinny of Fasting for the Perfect Life Challenge. So everything that you need, the skinny, so you can kind of look through it, review it, kind of figure out where you are. So if you've never fasted before, don't worry. It's going to have in there the type of whole plant-based detox things, diet, and things you should be doing external and internal. We'll have it all put together for you. So don't get nervous. I promise. You've got 2 weeks to look it over. So you got the weekend to look it over. Monday, we're doing a Q&A. And Monday, when we do the Q&A at 3 p.m., I'm going to answer all the fasting questions first. So you can put fasting questions on right now, today, in the Facebook. I won't say we'll get to all of them. And then you can put fasting questions on my one-a-days every day on Facebook. Okay, you can't do it on Instagram. And then you can also put them on YouTube, and we can get them off of there. And if you can't get through to me, and it's really important you want to do this, don't be afraid to call me, okay, at extension 5. All right? You heard what I said. This is open to you. I mean, I want you to win here. And that's about it, okay? So it's called Fasting for the Perfect Life Challenge. And if you want to get started, you go into my library, and you can find the Perfect Day Guide, and you can find Fasting for a Perfect Life, and start playing around in there. Okay, and for those of you that want, you can go to quickstart at docofdetox.com and at least look at the Perfect Day Guide. Also check out the Ultimate Coffee Enema. Not that you're going to do one, but if you're going to go all the way and you feel like it this time, you can do that. And what else should you check out? Well, check out skin brushing, check out Salt Glow, check out the pelvic activation squat, check out pelvic enhancer, okay? Things like that, okay? But I promise we're going to have everything in there by Friday, and then you can start doing these exercises, internal, external therapies. You can order the products if you want. But for those of you who think you're going to be involved in this, you should be on Daily Cleansing Tea, Tummy Love, okay? And Black Gold. If nothing else, we've got to get the cork out of your butt so that when we go to fast, everything is going to move down there, and we've really brought down that toxic load. And if you can't afford to do anything, just do the Daily Cleansing Tea. And if you can't afford that, then you could get Himalayan salt, a level tablespoon, put it in a warm quart of water, and start taking it every day and see if you can start flushing out the waste. Because look at, I'm going to tell you right now, when people go on my Daily Cleansing Tea, Tummy Love and Black Gold, for the first time, it takes 9 months just to rehabilitate the average colon. And then if they stay on that, they can reduce it, but they never come off of it. It's like, well, Darrell, when can I stop eating well? I don't think you should. I don't think you should. Okay? All right. Okay, so we said we won't be doing anything on Friday. There'll be no Q&A on Friday, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm lecturing for the Legends of Health Conference, and that's why I had to change it, guys. I forgot all about it, okay? And the other thing is clapping. I know everybody's been calling and texting and that. I'm going to tell you something. I'm putting a clapping manual together for you, okay? So that's even going on right now. Yeah, where does he do it all? I don't know. So the clapping manual is going to give me about 2 weeks for the clapping manual, and I think we'll have that done in 2 weeks. And then we're going to start doing the clapping shows, and they're going to go boom, 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 boom. Now, the thing is about the clapping shows is I haven't decided yet, because people are really commenting weird things to me, like, you know, I was abused all my life, and now you want me to hit me. Up until now, hit myself. Up until now, I really liked your stuff, but now you're getting a little weird. And let me just say this. When you do the Wolfe non-surgical and you embrace everything I'm teaching you, and you do, if you were to learn to do the clapping, get ready to just reverse the irreversible. Get ready to take the impossible, make it possible. I kid you not. Okay, you want to grow your hair back? We can do that for you. I'm going to be teaching you how to do that. What to use, how to do it, between skin brushing, clapping, hair restore, moringa oil, cayenne pepper. I can't do this all today, but I'm going to tell you, you want to get rid of that fibroid in your groin and you don't want to cut out, I can show you how to do that. You don't want to go to surgery and it's already booked because of your knee. I'm going to show you if your surgery's 3 weeks away that's not going to happen. Whether you surgery in your hip, your spine, guess what? Oh yeah, so yeah, the discs are gone in your spine. We'll find out if that's true. It's not. In most cases, it's not. I'm going to show you that when it comes to chronic injury, not emergency care, when it comes to chronic injury, 1 out of 100 need to be done. Because I'm going to tell you something. Somebody forgot who created us. And the other thing is the body heals itself. We kind of forgot that too. And the other thing is you've been made to believe that pain is an enemy. So, wow, what a mess we're in, eh? What a mess. So we're out there providing lots of work for some people that shouldn't be working on us, because guess what? When you learn to master your body, you just need yourself 99% of the time. And if you don't believe that, I'll prove it. And anybody who doesn't believe it, guess what? I'm going to prove it with hundreds of thousands of people over the next few years. Okay, so I'll put my money where my mouth is. I'll put my reputation where my mouth is, and that's it. And I'm not doing this to be cocky. I'm doing this because guess what? The majority of the population out there, okay, which aren't the elite, okay, which aren't the specialists, the experts, they deserve to learn how to become the practitioners of their own life, because the practitioners and the experts out there have failed them. And if you don't think they failed you, then it's okay. Keep going on the way you're going, because everybody gets to choose. And I'm not here to judge. I'm only here to observe and be able to help and support when I can, okay? Before we start, upcoming certification courses are happening in July 4th. Oh, nope. Okay. The only thing that you can do right now is to go online, because we're doing the Whole Life Coach online on July 4th, and that runs for 8 days. As of Monday, you'll be able to go on itioh.com and sign up, and it's going to be $1,500. That's it. 8 days. You can get my Whole Life Coach course, and you can get certified. Okay. What you need to do is I need to make sure that you are on every day and you are taking that course. And then at the end, everybody that goes online will have a 1-hour verbal test with me. Okay? A 1-hour verbal test with me. And after you've taken that course, you can join us. It's almost every week we have a training. Okay? Every week, and that's free for the rest of your life. Okay? So just know that. Okay? So this is what we do. All right? Okay, so now the next thing is, let me see. September, I have a course from the 5th to the 25th. That will also entail online whole life coach certification, and I only take 12 people in my class personally for that course. The rest have to be online. And then I also will be doing the Wolfe non-surgical, which is the most powerful body work in the world, which we will prove. And we're doing it already. And again, there's only 12 in the class. November, I'll be repeating the same thing. Whole Life Coach online and 12 in class, and then 12 in the non-surgical. And that's from the 14th to December the 4th. And then in February, we're in Ixtapa, Mexico at the Ixtapa Palace. Go online, take a look at it. We are going to give you the most beautiful training and the best holiday of your life. How's that? Then the other thing I just wanted to say, as of yesterday, we just opened up again. We are taking personal treatment and trainings. We're now booking them. And we've got, we're booking them. We're booked up already up until June. If you're interested, we're starting to book people in on June, and you can come here with just as a couple, or you can come here with your caretaker who looks after you, or you can come as a family. Okay. Or we'll come to you and we'll teach you how to create the perfect day and to do the Wolfe non-surgical on each other in a family, so that you can unleash the practitioner within. And then guess what? I'm going to tell you something. How would you like to see miracles happen? And if you don't believe me, give me a call. I will put you on the line with any of the families that have done it. We're still doing families right now. And guess what? You will see that you can take your life back. And you can become the practitioner you always search for. It's in here. You got this. There's genius in every one of us. Let me tell you. We've proven it. I've proven it over 35 years of training. Okay? All right, so here we go. Be sure to send your questions in. There's one already from Robin. At Robin. And the last thing I'm going to say, so I don't repeat it all the time, go to Quick Start at docofdetox.com, and you can get my 7 empowering steps. And if you want my book for free, just call in the office, and we'll mail it out. You just pay the shipping, okay? All right? Okay. So let's do Robin, and then we'll get into the other questions that are underneath. Today is going to be a longer day, guys, because I need to get all these questions done. I've got 43 questions here and then on here as well, okay? So bear with me, but guess what? All these questions are time-stamped. So if you get bored, you want to go do something else, you got an appointment, you can come and watch the show later on Facebook or YouTube, or what you can do, if it's just a question that you wanted to ask, send it. If I answer it today, then just look tomorrow, okay? Tomorrow afternoon, it'll be on YouTube, and you just go right to the question. It's right there. So there's Pam's question. Boom. It's at 1 hour and 2 minutes. Boom. I got my answer. All right. We know you're busy. All right. So we're going to make it easy for you. So let's begin. Robin, Dr. Wolfe just purchased the Enema kit and oregano to kill the critters, lime and fungus. Do I put oregano in the enema pot with the coffee or just use the nebulizer? Thank you. If you bought my oregano, I wouldn't put it in the nebulizer. I think it would be too strong. It might even, if with the plastic or the rubber in a nebulizer, it could burn it out. The other thing is I wouldn't put oregano in, actually in my enema, because oregano's strong, and if you've got inflammation, it might feel like it's burning. And as far as the coffee enema goes, make sure you're using black gold, okay? 1 second. So make sure you're using black gold. Put black gold in the coffee as you're boiling it, and then strain it. And then after you do that and you've strained it, then what you want to do is you want to put tummy love in, okay? So then what you do is you put a tablespoon of tummy love in, and then you do the enema. And if it's your first time you've ever done a coffee enema, dear, listen, then what you do is get the enema, and the higher you hang it, the more gravity pressure, okay? So hang it lower if you want lower gravity pressure, okay? Got to get this. And then when you open up the tube to allow it to come into the large intestine, even though you open the tube, squeeze the tube with your finger and allow it to come in slower and gentle, okay? And then when you feel pressure, shut the clip off. And then when you feel easy, then open the clip, do it again. If some people can just let it go right in because, wow, they're veterans, right? So the reality is when everybody starts this, it's like, oh my God, it's awkward. I made a mess and this, and oh my gosh. You know, the biggest thing, this is a huge hurdle. Isn't it funny though? In life, it's called repetition. And the other thing is, it's called bravery. And it's you got to be brave to do a coffee enema, because most people, I'm not putting that up my bum. You know, women are okay with that because, you know, they deliver babies and all that kind of stuff. And men, it's like, oh no, that's not happening. Well, that's okay. So you got to kind of push yourself on this. Just, you know, put plastic on the floor, like a garbage bag, and then put a towel there, and put one that's dark colored. And if you do get some spillage, okay, at least, you know, look at, it's going to happen, but you are going to perfect this thing. And then as you saw, Robin, you start off on your right side, then you go to your back, and then you go to your start off on your left side, go to your back, go to your right side. And if you have a hand vibrator, once the coffee's in there and you feel like you've got as much as you want, then vibrate your cecum area, okay? About at, let's say, you know, because you only hold it for 15 minutes. So around 12 minutes, you want to vibrate your cecum area, and that'll trigger your cecum, right? If you do it around 12, 13 minutes, it'll take 2 to 3 minutes, it'll trigger the cecum. And then when you start to feel the pressure build, that's it. Take the tube out, go up in the toilet, and there you go. All right? I hope I answered your question. Oh, But the parasites, yeah. So the other thing that you can do, just know this, that the black gold and the tummy love and the daily cleansing tea, they work on parasites, okay? Really amazing. And for those who believe who have pets, I would be doing blender drinks with diatomaceous earth in my blender drinks every day, because parasites come and go with your pets. And if you're feeding your pets not the way you should, like raw animal product, and you're feeding them anything that is processed, I don't care what they say about it, it's garbage, right? Cereal, and that's what you're giving them. You're giving them cereal. And remember, dogs aren't supposed to eat grains, right? And neither are cats. So, and you'll find that in products, and they'll have all this hoopla. So understand something. If your dog is not in great health, or cat, they got worms, okay? So chances are, if you're lovey-dovey with them, you got worms too. All right, that's that, okay? There are other things that you can do to get rid of worms that I think are a lot better, which I will tell you if you call me one-on-one. How's that? Okay? And that's for people who have like a really bad case of worms, okay? Then call me, because we're going to get rid of them. But I want everybody to understand something. There's no worm that lives in me unless it's a good guy, okay? Because when you vibrate up here, where do worms live? Low, don't they? Underground. Well, I never let my vibration, my emotion, go down. If you're the type of person up and down, chances are you got worms. If you're the type of person that's depressed, and if you're on any type of medication, you got worms. Because medication, tell me medication doesn't numb you out. Tell me medication doesn't lower your vibration. Okay? I'm not downing on drugs. If you think you need them, take them. I don't want them, thank you very much. I'm not doing drugs. If I did drugs, do you think I'd be here doing all this, be on my game? You can't be on your game doing drugs. And understand something. It wasn't lack of drugs that caused your symptoms, and you didn't understand something, but pain is your friend, but you had to tell it to shut up. Not good. Okay, Diane, so Glenn keeps telling me I cannot continue to fast every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. I do not see why not. I feel great and have lost over 35 pounds. Now I'm not losing much, but that is because I am 134 pounds and a size 6, so there is little lose except all the excess skin, and I look forward to the solution. I heard you mention it on a recent... Let me tell you something. Glenn's right. Get off the 3-day. Diane and Glenn are friends of mine, guys. Well, let's put it this way. They're friends of mine because Diane has been a client of mine, okay? I think, without exaggerating, well, let me see here. 30, can't even add up anymore, right? So what am I? Oh, man, 30 years. Okay, so guess what? 1 day a week, Diane, that's all you need to do. 1 day a week for the fast. 3 days, okay, once a month. And then if you want to do this 6-day fast with us, you can, but you really don't need to do it. But you can, if you want, you can do it. But you've got this nailed. Look at how far you've come. Oh, my gosh, Diane, this is incredible. I got to tell you something right now. Okay, if you want to tone up, you're going to have to do this. You're going to have to do this. It's going to take you too long. So that's the big thing, okay? Saggy arms, right? So let's say your arms were really saggy, okay, Diane? So what I want you to do is I want you to clap this arm for a half an hour, okay? I want you to clap this arm, but before you clap under the arm, you need to clap right here. This is the main point for clapping, okay? All right, because right here you've got your pericardium meridian, you've got your heart meridian, and you've got your lung meridian. So you're going to clap right here first. And remember something, just like a river, in the joint here is where the garbage collects. Listen, even those people that are thinking that I'm whacked out, wow, you have no idea. In a year from now, you're going to have to take it back. But you don't have to. I love you anyway. Because this is amazing. When you do Wolfe non-surgical, And when you do the other things that I'm teaching and you put it all together as the perfect day, you're not on drugs or surgery. Did you get that? Unless you're in an emergency accident. That's the only time. So how many hospital visits are we knocking out? 99 out of 100. That's how many. So then you're going to do here for 5 minutes. Now, when you do here for 5 minutes, if you get black, brown, okay, black, brown spots or dark purple, then we know that there's some infection in the lung or in the heart area. So you're going to stay here, and you'll always know. See this? When it gets red, that's fine. It should get red. But red just means I'm getting color in here. And guess what? You don't want to know something? When you clap with your hand or you clap with this and you have a bruise, it did not bruise it. That's the disease coming out of the body. And again, thank you very much. I will challenge anyone to challenge me on this. You are not bruising yourself. You will not bruise unless you have the bruise inside of you, which is contaminated blood and contaminated tissue, which means you have a physical block. That's all. That's it. I'll make that perfectly clear. I'm going to hold the line on this. Okay? And remember something. I can tell people to do this. You have a right to do this. There's no danger in this. Okay, so first 5 minutes, and then come under here. You'll have to use your clapper, or you could go like this, right? So either under there, or you're going to come back here. Now, if it's your tummy, you're going to clap your tummy. And remember something, Diane, the more it hurts, the more it needs to be done. Are you kidding me? No, I'm not. The more pain you have, the more pain somebody has, the sicker they are. The more pain they have when they're clapping, the more sicker they are. This is how you're going to get it back. But you're going to have to dedicate it to it. It's like an exercise. And believe it or not, this is going to make you fit. Oh, why? Because this releases stem cells. This helps to unblock microcirculation. Did you get that? Let me tell you something. First, they told us what? Your telomeres tell you how long you're going to live and what you're going to die of. Well, they found out they were entirely wrong. And I've been saying that forever. That's not true. God doesn't build something and say, okay, this is what you got for telomeres. You're screwed. Okay? Understand, it's microcirculation. And we're in charge and we're in control of microcirculation. The more aware you are, the more responsible you are. The more personal action you take, the better life you make. Okay? And that's it. So, like I said, I'll have the book completely done for everyone, the booklet, and Clapping for Life booklet. And everybody's going to get the booklet before we start doing the clapping. You're going to get the booklet. You're going to be able to go through the booklet. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to go through the booklet. So that means in about 1 month from now, I'm going to be going bang, 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 bang. And these clapping sessions are not going online. You're going to have to log in for them, and it's not because I'm trying to get you to log in somewhere. There's no trick here. But the reality is, you know what? I'd really not like not turning people off who beliefs don't match. They're so far away from this because I don't want to turn them off from just getting well and healthy. So that's the reason why. Because this is like craziness, right? But it isn't. You know, did you ever notice something? The most craziest things sometimes are just save your butt. That's what they do, right? It's not working out there, okay? So why don't you try in here for a little while? That's what I say. There you go, Diane. We'll get to it, but just understand something. You got to get clapping, girl. And there are other things you can do. You need to be doing skin brushing, okay? Which I'm going to be showing, okay? I'm going to do a complete skin brushing video. Already wrote the script. I'm going to be showing a complete salt glow video. You got to be doing that too, Diane, every day. Skin brushing and salt glow and clapping, okay? And then the other thing is that you need to spray pain away, okay, on that area, okay? You need to spray pain away on that area and then put muscle restore on it to keep the energy going, okay? And really do that, all right? And also look at putting structured moringa oil on, not coconut oil, because structured moringa oil has more nutrition than anything else. And you can look at that on my website. But I'll get into that a little bit more. Oh, and Diane, are you ready for this? Oh my gosh. So Diane, get the Epsom salt glow and make it, okay? And guess what? For every cup, put in 1 level teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Okay? Now hold on a second. Don't do what some people do. You take 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper, you put it into 1 cup of the Epsom salts that you've already made. So about 1 cup for about one glass, you put in 1 teaspoon. So if you had like, that'd be like 12 ounce, right? 12 ounces, right? So let's say for every pound, and you might want to go stronger once you try it. But let's say if you made 1 pound is, so maybe about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half of cayenne, and you want to mix that into your Epsom salt glow. Your Epsom salt glow is where you get Epsom salts. You use the structure water, okay, which is the structure unit. Can you get somebody to bring in a structure unit? I don't see it, okay? And you use the structure unit. The water goes through. Structure the Epsom salts, okay? Because Epsom salts are full of magnesium. Isn't that great? And it's really great for your tissues, really great for your bloodstream, really great for your body. But the thing is when you do the Epsom salt scrub, it gets the circulation going. But if you put the cayenne in it, that makes the circulation go crazy and wakes everything up. So what I would suggest you do is if I did clapping, I'll do Epsom salts glow here today. I'll do the clapping over here today. Tomorrow, I might, you want to keep working on an arm too. If the arm goes black or blue or purple, you know that's why the skin is never going to get tight unless you keep clapping it and get rid of that black and blue because you're not bruising yourself. You know, let me just say something, and I'm going to tell you, and I'm proof that I'm right. How many people do you know walk around and go and they bruise without hitting anything? Or how many people do you know bang into something and they bruise all the time? That person's already rotten. They already have rotten tissue and rotten blood. I'm telling you the truth. I can bang into something or hit myself as hard as possible, and it's going to be tender, but it's not going to go black and blue. Just think about it. That's all I'm asking. Just think about it. Okay. So, let me see here. Diane Intercom, I ordered the essential oil for my dental issues. I want to apply directly to the gums, but there is nothing in the instructions. Are you talking about Healthy Mouth, right? Well, all you do is you can put Healthy Mouth right in your mouth and then swish it around your mouth. That's better. And you're better off to do that probably about every 2 hours, or at least 4 times a day. That's what I do. And that's what I would be doing, okay? And the other thing is, if you want healthy gums come from a healthy bum. So the reality is, until you get your your colon cleansed and healthy, you're not going to have healthy gums. Because why would you have unhealthy gums? Why would your gums be rotting? Because that's what they're doing. Their gums are rotting. Oh, wait a minute, I know why. Because you're rotting in your large intestine. And it's rotten down there, right? Because it smells. But the reality is all that hot air comes up into your mouth when you're sleeping because it's stagnant, and then it also absorbs into your bloodstream. Okay, so understand something. You will always find the body talking. And believe it or not, if I had that person clapping right here, for 15 minutes, okay, every night, and then using the Healthy Mouth, okay, and then spraying, okay, the silver in their mouth throughout the day, silver bullet, and also spraying the Bright Eyes, because the Bright Eyes you can in your mouth. How about 2 weeks? Maximum 3 weeks, total gum healing. Is she also on daily cleansing tea? I hope so. And if she was taking daily cleansing tea and Tummy Love and Black Gold, then we're in. Okay, that's it. So that's for that. Nothing in the instructions indicate that I can do that. I'm not sure I should best use it. I put it in diffuser, but not sure if that will be helpful for my mouth issues. I do not have several diffusers all over the house. I have I have several. Well, that's good, but that's not going to work. I've given you the idea, okay? I have gum disease, which I have been battling since my 20s. Yeah, and you've had bowel problems too. And even if you're saying right now I don't, I will prove that you do. Give me a call. And I don't mean I'm going to prove it to you. I meant I'm going to prove that you're not aware that you do, okay? I had a bad toothache on my last molar, and that is why I ordered it. Fine, but do the things I just said, and then you can write in how it's going or how it's not going, and if you want, you can call me and I'll answer you. Janet, what do you do for a prolapsed bladder and rectal seal and a prolapsed colon? I weigh 130 pounds. I'm 5'4" and I am 68 years old. I'll tell you right now. First of all, you're definitely not overweight. We're definitely seeing really chronic constipation here. That's why this all happened. So just know that. The colon got poisoned to the point that it lost its tone and it fell down. That's what prolapse means, everyone. And then that fell down on the bladder. And because when you have a prolapsed colon, you're reabsorbing the waste. Where do you think that the bladder is? Well, the bladder sits right in front of the last 4 inches of the colon, and that's where people get constipated, and that's also where 40% of all cancers are. So that's why the bladder's in trouble. So now the bladder is getting infected and inflamed, and so you're gonna and then it gets inflamed for a long time, and then it loses its energy, and then it becomes prolapsed, just like the colon. So I would tell you to come here to our clinic, and I would tell you to get pelvic restoration. Now, I would also tell you to get yourself a pelvic enhancer, okay? And I can't really get a shot of that today. I think you know what we'll do from now on? I want to see the pelvic enhancer right here, okay? Let's just put it right here during the show so I can show it to people from now on. But if you go to the Holy Grail of Healing and watch that, or you go to my DIY on YouTube, you can look at the pelvic enhancer video. You can also look at the pelvic activation squat video. And you can also look at the belly button therapy video. These are the things that are going to help you. You can also look at the belly button therapy video, okay, which, you know, it's doing belly button therapy, which is totally amazing. You release 70% of your serotonin, 50% of your dopamine when you do this. And you do that within 5 minutes. There it is. Okay, so that's what a structure unit looked like when I was talking about the Epsom salt glow, everybody. It never wears out, and it's totally amazing. You have 3 months with it. If you don't like it, just return it. Okay? What else was I going to say? Yeah, so understand something. So what's happened here, Janet, is that you've got crystallization, scar tissue formation, calcification down in your pelvis, and that's a huge physical block. Okay, so it's all locked off the circulation. And when that happens, that means that you're not sending a lot of information and communication to your coccyx, because guess what? That's where the spinal fluid runs up your spine to feed your brain. So I got to tell you, you're going to have some kind of dementia. And if you don't have that, you've got not clear thinking. It's impossible to have that kind of stuff going on in your pelvis and have clear thinking. I'll tell you right now, if we could get in and do work on you, an hour on the pelvic area, another 45 minutes on the abdominal area, and then another hour on the coccyx and the sacrum, you'll be over the moon. Because what are you going to do with that beef jerky? You got to lovingly pull that apart. All those fibers, they've lost their integrity. So the more inflammation you have, the more okay, if I put a steak on the barbecue, what happens to it? It shrinks and it gets dehydrated from the actual barbecue because it's inflamed. Oh, there you go. We're made out of the same thing that steak's made out of. So is down here. It's all tissue. So what you're doing is you're barbecuing your pelvis. So when you barbecue your pelvis, it dies off. It's not like dead, okay? But the reality is, when you have lack of circulation, microcirculation, you're in trouble. That's it. So if you have if your microcirculation comes down about 70-80%, That means it's not getting a lot of oxygen. That means it's getting a lot of toxins. That means that, what? Oh, it has no tone. When people are not healthy, do they have tone? They lose muscle tone fast, real fast. Okay? So I would tell you, I don't know where you live, but I would tell you to come here. You know, we have a beautiful condo you can stay in. It has all the energy medicine equipment in it. And you can come here for just treatments. You don't have to be trained. But if you want to come here with your husband, we will train both of you how to do your whole body on each other, on how to do the clapping, how to do everything I talk about. But it'll be for the two of you so you can go home and master the rest of your life. Okay? But the reality is, really try to look at the things I've been talking about. The perfect day, the Braveheart way, and also fasting for perfect health. All right? Tom, I have stage 3 prostate cancer. What can I do? Okay, first of all, we know. See, exactly. Let me tell you something right now. I want you to forget disease names. Did you hear what I just said? I want you to forget all disease names. All right? This is where we get schooled and fooled and ruled. There are so many disease names, and you can't keep up with it. Every day someone calls with a new disease that the medical system made up or Big Pharma made up. Big Pharma, probably. I can't keep up with it. And forget disease names because it's all physical blocks. It's all toxicity. It's all sick mind before sick body. Okay? It's dysfunctional beliefs. So exactly what I just told Janet, I could take and tell Tom. I could tell Tom, guess what, dude? You've been constipated for 20, 30 years. Okay, first of all, how could Tom's prostate have cancer? How could to have cancer, that means that you have what? You have decreased the oxygen supply in the cells of the prostate by at least, 35% for an extended period of time. How can you choke off these cells? Well, you can choke off these cells by having so much toxicity and being so acidic in that area that the oxygen gets eaten up, the minerals get eaten up, and guess what? When you have constipation, you got stagnation. When you got stagnation, you get inflammation. When you get inflammation, you get scar tissue formation, crystallization, calcification, and now his prostate is hard. If I were to go and work on Tom right now, there would be a fist around his prostate. A fist. Not only that, his coccyx will be frozen right up against the prostate and right up into the bowel, right into the back of the prostate and the bladder. It'll be frozen because there's so much infection from that large intestine leaking into the soup bowl called the pelvis. Let me tell you something right now, and I'm telling everybody, I don't care what condition you have. Well, I do care for you, but doesn't matter what condition you have. There are only a handful that will not fall into this category. And that's this. You will not have any disease throughout your body if you would have looked after your pelvis, which means you had to look after your colon. And that's why I talk about the daily cleansing tea, and you can think, oh my God, here comes the commercial. But if you were to cleanse in the morning and at night, because there's no laxatives in this, and you were to strengthen what it does, your liver, your bowel, your kidneys, your lymph, your blood, why would Tom even have the problem? He wouldn't. And understand something. Are you ready for this? In the last few years, prostate cancer has gone up 40%. They believe in the next 10 years it's going to go up 400%. And I'll tell you why. Because everybody eats everything and they eat too much. That's why, guess what we're going to do? We're going to do a fasting challenge every 6 weeks to 2 months from now on in the Doc of Detox. So when people get ready, repetition, 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 we are going to fast them. And then guess what? We're going to get them to stop spending so bloody much money, and we're going to get them to do things that actually work. Energy medicine is the future, and you are the greatest energy medicine device alive. Without a lie. So here's the deal, Tom. I told you I'd answer your question, so I will. You need to get on the daily cleansing tea, the tummy love, and the black gold right away. Tom, you need to go to my perfect day on page 40 of the perfect day diet, and you need to get on that right away. Tom, if you want to give me a call, I'll tell you what other things that I would go on. If it was me, I would be doing this. I'm not telling you to do it. If this was me, I'd also be taking curcumin cayenne 5000. Okay? I would also be putting tummy love in my drinking water. Okay? And I would do this diet for about, 2 weeks maybe. Oh, well, isn't that something? And then I would do the challenge fasting with us. And I would do 6 days of fasting and watch how the inflammation drops. So, but the reality is Tom, if you don't get a pelvic expander, okay, all right, is there no way, you can't really switch the camera over, can you? Drake, can you switch the camera that they can see it or no? Not today? Okay, all right. So anyways, just go and take a look. I already said to go to my DIY videos on YouTube and look at the pelvic expander and then look at the pelvic squat and look at the belly button therapy. And then guess what? If you want, you can book a consultation and I will teach you how and put this all together, and I'll teach you how to do the clapping and where you need to do the clapping, because you need to do some clapping there, buddy. You got to wake something up downstairs, and you've got a physical block just like Janet did. So you got a same physical block down there as she does. Okay? So I would be taking a look at that. Now, Tom, the other thing that you're going to need to do, and I'm not going to have this in for another 6 weeks because this whole coronavirus flipped everything upside down, so we don't have it in right now. It's called infinite iodine, real important, and Sononian minerals. And if it was affordable, I'd have you on the SAC calcium. So do your research on the SAC calcium. To get the information, go to quickstart@docofdetox.com. I'll send you back a robotic email. Everything's artificial intelligence now, right? And that's why we're artificially intelligent, I think. That was my ATP shot. That's so I can just keep on going like the ever-ready bunny. Okay. All right. Donna, taking Marriage every 6 hours is the most water I take. I seem to have Crape skin on my arms that I can see. I also do the Avicin, at least two on each hand. Beautiful. You're doing great. Makes me tired, but that is what it does. I also have Clapper. So what am I doing wrong to have Crape skin? Well, you already had this Crape skin before you even came. The Crape skin is actually due to a bowel problem for years, and it never got the nourishment it needed. If it was me, I would definitely be looking at skin brushing, salt glow. We've already talked about that, okay? And I'd be doing salt glow before every shower. I'd be doing skin brushing and a light skin brushing, and then I'd be doing salt glow before every shower. I'd also be getting moringa oil because it's the most nutritious. And just know this, everybody. We will have our 4-ounce bottles back. We just had a sale, and all we got now is 10 milligram, and 4 ounces, 100 milligram. But we will get them back. But do the skin brushing, do the salt glow. You'll want to do moringa oil on that Crape skin, but you'll also want to do the clapping on the skin. So, you've got to be dedicated to this. I don't know if you work or not, but the reality is anybody that wants to really do the clapping and they're in a hurry, then they can call up and you can actually book a consult with me, and I'll go through everything to do for that condition, plus go through all the clapping guidelines for the body. Okay? I'll do that. I just can't rush this thing. One-on-one is fine, but I'm not just going to throw it out there. I mean, I could do all the clapping now, but I won't do that. I want everybody to get the manual first and do their homework, and then we do it. You know what? Let's do everything right. Things that are really powerful need to be done right. So you're not doing anything wrong, okay? So just know that, okay? 1 second. Yeah, Donna, you're not doing anything wrong. Just give yourself some time here. To wait for fixed skin. Is it best to wait to fix skin after the breast cancer in the bone is healed? to fix the skin. No, 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 no. What I would suggest you do, if you want, book a consultation with me, okay? And I'll show you how to do the clapping when you have things like breast cancer and for your Crape skin and anything else that you want, okay? And if you just want to book for the clapping, I can do it in a half an hour. So we don't even have to do an hour. And I can go over the other things and how to take these things in a half an hour. We don't have to do a full-blown consultation because that's why I have all that information out there for you. All right? I'm sure you've already been with me or you wouldn't have all these products. But you really got to get your bowels cleaned out and really do those things. And also, I hope you're doing coffee enemas, okay? Very important. So Donna, coffee enemas, and doing the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love, Black Gold, and then do the skin brushing and the salt glow and the clapping, do the moringa oil. Let me just think here. It wouldn't hurt for you to do the curcumin cayenne 5000. Really get that circulation going again, okay? And if you want, you can do the actual, once we get going, and you've done it a few times with the skin brushing and the salt glow, then you can think of adding a little bit of cayenne into the salt glow, and we'll really jack that up. But I'd like you to really get focusing on doing clapping. Now, there's what's called full body clapping, and the prime areas for clapping are what? The elbows, inner elbows. Okay, all right, and then the hands. Okay, so you can use your hand to clap, but you want to do the back of the hands, and you want to do the palm, and then you want to do the back of the hands. Okay, so it's the elbows, the hands, okay, the knees, all right, and the feet. Those are the most important those are the priority areas for clapping. I want to show you something, guys. Just, you got to take a look at this. So anyways, so when I wasn't working and decided I was never going to do health again, and I really did. I just kept saying, I'm never going to come back to health again, And, for reasons, because I had been doing it for, when I stopped doing it, I started health when I was 22 years old. And then I left it when I was 51. And I never thought I would ever do it again. So anyways, on this, while me adventuring, I went to live in Panama, and then I went to Nepal, and then I was mountain climbing, and I was on this cliff, and I had to jump because part of the walkway on the cliff broke, and I jumped, and believe it or not, there was this slate on this rock, and it sliced my head right open. And I'll tell you right now, I got stitches. I got 8 stitches in here, but I got 8 stitches when I was way up on the mountain with fish line. Then I came down, got that out. Then I got stitches down in Kathmandu. And when I got the stitches in Kathmandu, then I went to Toronto. And when they took the stitches out, they couldn't find a stitch. And the stitch was under here. And I said, I know it's under here. And I'm not kidding. This is not an exaggeration. For a year and a half, almost 2 years, that stitch was in there, driving me nuts. And I went to the doctor 4 times, emergency, and they went in with their razor blades going, yeah, you sure it's there? Sure it's there? And they kept on doing this. And you know what that does? Causes inflammation. Surgery causes more inflammation and more scar tissue in your body that causes more damage than anything else. If you get surgery, you better come for Wolfe non-surgical. You're going to get really screwed up, especially like cesareans or hysterectomies or getting your appendix removed or hip surgery or knees, all of it, spinal surgery. You get messed right up. You got to get rid of it because your body loves you so much. It puts so much scar tissue there. So every time they're going in with this razor blade, this thing would stick out here like an egg. If you look at videos of mine, okay, you will see, if you look back about a year and a half ago, and then I just got real serious. So you know what? I would clap. This has got bumps on this one side. I'd clap that way, and then I'd do it with the smooth side. But guess what? And then you see these little bumps right here? Wow. And then I went in here and just like this, and I just really went to town. That brought it down just like that. So understand something. You need to take massive personal action, and you need to do what everybody else is not doing. If you want to be everybody else, you can be everybody else. I'm not going to be everybody else. I'm going to be no one else. I already told you you were unique. So what are you going to do? to unleash your antennae to find the authentic you so that your spirit can come into those receptor sites. Anyway, so I did that. I went chop, 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 and I brought it down just like that. And do you know how often I had a migraine because of this? And meanwhile, my diet is great. I exercise. I mean, it would be once a week. I get a headache from here. Because as soon as I got a little bit of, from doing all the Wolfe non-surgical, right? You see, I get a knot here. It would trigger it, come up here. And because there's no energy, because it's a block, it's a dam, the damn thing, it wouldn't allow the energy. So if there's a wave coming and it could just keep going, the wave would cause no problem. But if that wave, big wave, comes and hits my house enough times, it's gonna cause damage. So what it was doing was the energy that I am was hitting this block, okay? And guess what? It was giving me headache because energy needs to move. As soon as you block energy, your life is not great. Okay. Anyways, hope I answered it. This is why you got to hang in here, guys. You know what? It's like you've been given a manual and then the manual sucks and you've been doing it every day and you've been doing it usually. Most people don't wake up until they're 50. So it's like you're trying to program your subconscious, which is 90% of you. And we know right now that 70% of all the beliefs that people have are terrible. Okay, so we're actually destroying ourselves. Tammy, any recommendations for Lichen sclerosis, an uncommon condition that creates patchy white skin that appears thinner than normal? Yeah, there is. Okay. So, again, we're talking about the bowel first. We're talking about the liver. I know you don't, and okay. And the other thing is, I know you think I'm crazy, but I'd be clapping. And the other thing I would do is, as soon as I get my Sononium minerals back in, I'd be on those. I'd be also, if it was me, okay, I'm talking about me. Every time I talk, everyone, I'm talking about me. I am not giving you medical advice, okay? We're talking about nutritional supplements I would do if it was you. So I would do the curcumin cayenne 5000. I would do the Sononium minerals because we know you're mineral deficient. And my mineral product that I don't have in because of this whole mess up has 147 different nutrients in it. Okay, so it's the most powerful supplement you can get your hands on, and it's probably one of the least expensive. Okay, so I would be doing that. I'd be doing skin brushing. I'd be doing the salt glows because you got to do things that aren't going to be costing you all the time. I would also, listen to me, everybody. I'm going to say this again. Get a pelvic enhancer board that you can put on the end of your bed. You can put it under your massage table. You can put it under a table at home. And let me just look this up real quick. Can you look up Dean Saleo? Can you tell them out there to give me Dean Saleo's phone number? Now, in Canada, you can call, and I'll give you the name where you can buy the pelvic enhancer, which I promise will show from now on. But you need to do this. If you do the pelvic enhancer, 15 minutes each leg, it will be 100 times, not 100, it'll definitely be 10 times more powerful than yoga or anything else. And all you got to do is lie there. And what this does is you've got one leg up, one leg hanging, and it opens up your pelvis like a flower to let the sunlight in, to get the circulation going. And that will affect any illness, whether it's in the brain or in the toe. And you need to get this. That is the root chakra. You get your pelvis working, and if you don't get your pelvis back to total health, then you're never going back to total health, so you can forget it. You can forget it. You know, people go, yeah, I got the surgery. I feel a lot better. But guess what? They're going to be stiff. They're going to be stiffer until you get rid of that scar tissue, and you would have never needed the surgery in chronic illness if you would have known how to look after yourself. Okay? So get me that, okay? I'll tell everybody in a minute. So like if you want that, I'll tell you. And he lives in Georgia, and he makes them for me. We make not a nickel off of them, okay? So I would take a look at that. Oh, the number is 6... my apology. I'm just trying to get there. 678-628-4955. 4438 if you want to get a pelvic expander. It is the most, I don't care. You buy anything else before this, I can prove it to you. Go and watch it on my DIY YouTube. Remember something. I don't make a penny off of this, guys. I'm telling you that right now. But you need to get this. Okay. Karen, speech delay in toddlers. What would you recommend? I would recommend Pineal, which is a Life Crystal product. Okay. It's right here. You can get it in a larger bottle, 500 size. I just have the smaller one here. But it's called Pineal, and it works on the brain. Okay? So understand something, too. If you want to know this is the God's truth, that a lot of toddlers will have a speech problem because they have a gut-brain disconnection, because mommy was on antibiotics just before she got pregnant. Mommy was on antibiotics during pregnancy, or the baby was given antibiotics when it was born. Okay, so that means we've got to heal the large intestine. Please take a look, Karen, at his large intestine. Tell me what his poop looks like, what it smells like. Okay, now the other thing I would get the baby on is I'd get him on the baby on SAC calcium. Okay, so take a look at that, and it's called Ozone Junior. Okay, all right. And the other thing I would put your baby on is my Infinite Iodine, but I'm not going to have it in for 6 to 8 weeks. And guess what? Infinite Iodine is 10,000 times smaller than any other iodine on the market. It's the only iodine that is more like a gas. And guess what it does? Well, I'm going to leave that until it comes back. Then I'm going to do a whole show on it because it deserves it. It is mind-blowing, okay? And it's revolutionary, and we're the first people to come out with it. All right. The other thing is toddler, okay? So he better not be on any gluten. Definitely better not be on any dairy products, cheese, yogurt, okay? Milk, all right? No flour, sugar products. We're talking about this baby right now needs to have the highest frequency, okay, without inflammation. Think about it. All the foods I just said create inflammation. Any inflammation is going to cause crystallization, scar tissue formation, and it's going to cause disruption in the actual communication. If he has a communication problem, then there's a communication problem from his gut to his brain, okay, or a communication problem just in the brain. I don't think it's just in the brain. So I would think about those things. But take a look at the Perfect Day diet, and then take a look what foods that you are giving your child that are processed. All processed foods are terrible, so know that. And the chances are they're GMO, and they don't have to tell you. Unless it's certified organic, then it's always Russian roulette. Okay? All right? Okay, ready for this? And the other thing is, I want you to lovingly and gently clap your child's spine every day. And do it the first time with just like more of a nice, and every time you clap, you do it at heartbeat. And what you're going to say is, I love you, or tell a story. And understand, you can go a little more heavier, but never boom like you do on us. The reason why we got to go boom on us is because we're beef jerky. But if you do that, what do you think you're doing, Karen? You are sparking his spinal fluid, which carries more information, more communication to the brain than anything else. And don't be surprised if you start doing the clapping and the few things I just said, and you become a happy mummy. But understand something. This baby also needs, I want to know what the bowels are like. And then you call me, extension 5, and you've got to get the baby on Tummy Love. Okay? Tummy Love. Go read it. It's non-toxic. And let's get mummy's bacteria strong in his little bowel again, or her little bowel. Okay? All right. Debbie. I have lung problems, scleroderma, and autoimmune rheumatic and chronic disease that affects the body by hardening connective tissue. See, scar tissue, everybody. Beef jerky. There you go. What do you recommend? I'll tell you what I recommend. I recommend that you listen to this whole show and put it together. I recommend this, that you have an inflammatory mind with an inflammatory diet, and I'm not picking on you because you are a genius. You have the ability to totally heal. So why is this going on? How many doctor visits do you make? How much massive personal action have you taken for yourself? You know that your lungs are directly linked to your bowel. Have you cleaned out your colon and your liver yet? Have you done the bowel cleansing stuff I said? Have you done the coffee enema stuff I said? Okay. Are you willing to do skin brushing and salt glows to get the skin working to help you out? Are you willing to do things like the nebulizer? Okay. Because the nebulizer is going to help as well, using silver and bright ice. Are you willing, okay, to do clapping on your lungs? Because I already showed it. I showed clapping for health. If you look on YouTube, and you're going to see it. But are you willing to take curcumin cayenne 5000 to bring down the inflammation, to soften up the tissues? Are you willing to rub Lung Restore on your on the chest area? But if you want this to move how about 20 to 50 times faster, then you come and see us and you watch how fast we turn this around. You watch how in days things change. Because when we go in to do the Wolfe non-surgical on you, using our elbow, lovingly and pulling that whole sternum apart, going into your rib cage and loosening everything up in your rib cage, and then going and working your upper back, you're going to be able to breathe, okay, 50% better, okay, within the first 2 to 3 days. There, how did I say that? And I'll tell you, if I can't do that, then I'll give your money back on the treatments. All right? So it's as simple as that. Don't ever think, people, that you're going to get your life back if you don't. Okay. We already said that when you put a steak on the burner, on the barbecue, and you leave it there too long, it can be just a little shriveled up piece of beef jerky. And that's what you're doing with scleroderma. You got it. And rheumatic, well, it's rheumatic because guess what? There's no blood flow. So there's going to be all kinds of infection in there. That's what's going to go down. Okay. All right. The connective tissue isn't connective tissue because it doesn't have the blood, doesn't have the lymph flow, doesn't have the microcirculation, doesn't have the oxygen anymore. It's a piece of dried out beef jerky. So we're going to lovingly go in there and pull that apart. We're going to have you using the Avicen if you were to come here 6 times a day. And I'll tell you right now, if I had this problem, I'd be buying an Avicen, Avacen. Okay. This is worth its weight in gold. An Avicen. It increases microcirculation in the human body by 66%, and I can back up everything I say. It increases the the microcirculation in the human body by 100% more than any other device on the planet, okay? And when you buy the device from us, we give you a $500 coupon code, US dollar, to purchase products from us, okay? And then you have me supporting you. So you need to decide, what am I willing to do? And I'm not talking about spending money here, but what am I willing to do? What kind of action am I willing to take? Am I willing to travel? Am I willing to go to the Doc of Detox healthcare center? Okay? We have a beautiful condo. All the energy medicine equipment overlooks the whole the mountains, the lake. It's beautiful out here. The deer come up here. You know, you can fly from Seattle here in 1 hour, okay? Just know that. Or you can fly directly from Toronto in 4 hours, you know? So you can fly up to Calgary, and then it's a 1 hour flight from Calgary, or it's a 45-minute flight from Seattle. So the reality is what are you willing to do? Okay? What are you willing to do? And if you want, you don't have to get a consult from me. My consults are like $350, but guess what? Anybody that wants a consult, because I'm doing this because I know you have money that has to go everywhere. I understand that. So you can go to my head nutritionist, which I work with her on every consult, and we guarantee you money back, and her name is Karen, and you'll pay $125 for lifetime support. Is that good? I hope it is, because nobody else does it. And we'll do it on Facebook. We'll do it on Skype. We'll do it on just a telephone call. It doesn't matter. You don't have to pay for the call. So we make it as easy as possible for you. And we're going to nail this thing. Sarah, my son has had bronchitis 6 weeks now. Okay? Never had it before. Can he take the daily cleansing tea? I just want you to know something. So anyways, believe it, don't believe it, doesn't matter. A really close friend of mine who's in the health business, I talked to him today, and a relative of his works in Michigan, and they were putting up 5G. And guess what? They turned on the 5G and they intensified it too much, and a lady dropped dead, just like that. I'm not making these stories up, and I never will. I'm not going to dramatize anything. But that's the same thing in Wuhan. That's the same thing in Italy, because they're both 5G cities. And understand something. It just took her breath away. All right? And I'm not going to get into that, because there's going to be enough 5G people coming out with this and enough science coming out with this to choke a horse. So I'm going to stay on track and show you how to get your health up there so that you can combat these things. Never had it before. Can he take daily cleansing tea? Absolutely. Or what else do you recommend for kids? Okay, well, right off the bat, I would be doing the clapping on your son every night for half an hour, and I would also be rubbing on his spine muscle restore, okay, to restore the, and it's gentle enough that you can rub it directly on there, okay? Now, the other thing is I would also think about, because he's got bronchitis, is to put the lung restore on his lung area, okay? And the other thing is make sure with bronchitis he has no inflammatory foods. Try to look at the perfect day diet as close as you can. And the other thing is, I promise you this, that if you get him on structured water and make sure he's drinking enough of it, because kids just don't do that. So how do you do that? Well, what you do is you add things like orange burst into the water, or lemon lift, or super cinnamon. Okay, all of these are infection fighters, but it makes the water taste great and he'll want to drink more. Okay, so I would truly think about doing that. But if you really take a look at the diet, there could be some cereals that you believe or some foods that you believe are healthy and they're not healthy. The other thing is that do you turn off the Wi-Fi when he goes to bed at night? And does he have a game station? And is he putting it on his chest when he's gaming or near his chest? Okay, how do you allow him to do that? So you need to take a look at these things as well, okay? And remember something, it's all about circulation, and it's all about getting the circulation back and getting the infection down. And I would look at maybe giving him some of the silver bullet, okay, to bring down any infection. This is nature's. Silver bullet is this is a nano silver, so there's no toxic dose. So I'm not telling you to drink the whole thing, but I'm saying if it was my son, he'd be drinking this a fair bit, okay? What else? Bronchitis is also can be caused by, is there stress in the family? Is there something that it's stopping him from breathing? You know, the bigger we breathe, the easier we feel, the more we feel no fear. When we feel fear, our breathing becomes more shallow, and bronchitis makes more shallow breathing. So is there any fear, stress in your family right now? But understand, daily cleansing tea, give it to your son. So if your son weighs 50 pounds, then what you're going to do is start him off with 2 ounces twice a day, and then you want to work him up gradually, and you want to see 2 to 3 bowel movements a day. All right, and you know what? If you're asking about daily cleansing tea, then we already know your son has a bowel problem, which we know he's having trouble letting go of something emotionally, and he's eating the wrong foods that are causing dehydration and putrefaction in his bowel. And yes, the bowels are directly connected to the lungs and the skin. Okay. All right. Number 10, Donna, can you use silver bullet liquid in my eyes instead, or do I need to have the spray? No, the silver bullet spray is the silver bullet liquid. People will buy the spray bottle, or they'll just buy the silver bullet. They'll buy this, okay, and then find a spray bottle if you want. Makes no difference to me. I just want you to have it, okay, if you want it. And then there's the spray bottle. These are the same products, exactly the same products, okay? All right. Anna Marie, hi there. I have your clapper and want to know if it can help with atrial fibrillation and tinnitus. Okay, first of all, yes, it can. And the first thing you're going to do, all right, this is the truth. You got to go start off easy, heart, like just about your heartbeat. So now you see how I'm going now. Am I twinging? No. Now the first time somebody went like this to me, I go, "Oh, what are you doing? Come on." Okay, and I'll tell you why. And you may not believe this, but there is so much emotional and physical abuse in this world right now, and there is so much self-abuse in this world right now that one more smack, I think I'm just gonna freak out. So, anyways. Don't go too fast. Go about 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Your heart meridian is right here. This is where the block would be if there's a block in your heart. When you do this, take a look and see if you've got brown, black, green, or dark purple spots. You're not supposed to have them. And if you got them, go. And if you find they start going down your arm, chase those suckers. If it goes up your arm, chase those guys. And when they no longer are there, you are not going to have that. Now, then you can also, okay, work and do up here. You can do up here. You can do right over the heart area. There's no problem with that. But first, let's work this area first. And guess what? So what do I do, Dr. Wolfe, if it goes all purple black? I want you to go as long and as strong as you can, that you feel comfortable with. And then I want you to go back there tomorrow. Yeah, but it's bruised. I don't want to do that. Well, then don't do it. But if it was my arm, I'd be doing it. Because guess what? We didn't cause the bruise. Your diet and emotions did. Thank you. You did. The heart is the recorder of your love stories or your broken heart stories. Okay? All right, so you have the clapper and atrial fibrillation. We already know that you don't get enough minerals and you're acidic and you don't drink enough water, and it probably isn't structured. And I would make sure you do that. Next thing is tinnitus. Same thing. Inflammation. Could be fungus in the ear, crystallization, scar tissue. And and you can do it. You can do it for that. You're going to do, here, I've got my thing here. So you're going to do above the ear. You're going to do behind. Okay, you're going to do your jaw area and right here beside the ear, and then you're going to do this, kind of cupping, and you can go right over the ear. And it may make it ring even a little bit more, but after you've done this ear area for about 15, 20 minutes, then you're going to take our ear clear, okay, ear clear, right here. That's our ear clear. And you're going to take ear clear and drop that into your ear before you go to bed. Now, if you want to do the whole gamut and really get in there and start working this thing, you have to be dedicated to it. It could take anywhere from 10 days to 30 days, but it'll reverse itself. And I'll tell you something right now. We have people that come to us and fly as far as England, okay, that they went deaf slowly, but they went deaf. And they'll come here. And I know you don't want to believe this, but I'll tell you another gentleman that came from the UK, and he left his hearing aids here and with us as a souvenir. And guess what? He was totally deaf in this year, 50% in this year. All right? And we worked on him, and he didn't need his hearing aids. Right after the first treatment, we did Wolfe non-surgical using our elbow to pull things apart in there. And by doing our Bioptron, by doing the Avicen, by doing the silver bullet soak in the ear, by doing the fulvic eye drops in the ear and by doing the ear clear. He had his hearing totally back. So now they went home and bought the gear, Avicen, Light, and they also he does that regime once a day now, so it never comes back. Now, another lady from the UK again that came, she lost her hearing for over a year in one ear. I worked on her for 35 minutes, okay? And that was what? That was 3 years ago, 2.5 years ago, okay? And she's doing the therapy, and she has total hearing still. So don't tell me that you can't reverse things. If you were born deaf, that's a different thing. There's probably only a small % chance. But you know what? Whatever came on as a chronic problem, you can reverse. You're not dead yet, okay? But understand something. You got to work on it. And also, tinnitus is going to get worse with 5G. Everything is a frequency. Everything is a frequency, okay? And even, guess what? Your tinnitus will even get worse if you're on a computer. The blue light that inflames your brain actually inflames your eyes and your inner ear. Go figure. And this is why I tell people to wear the Tesla glasses when they're looking at blue light or working on a computer, or when they're on their phone all day, or even when I go to a movie, I wear these. Oh, wait a minute. There are no movies anymore. This is the new world. I forgot. Yeah. Okay. All right. Sally, can you do the clapping if you have 2 tumors in one lung and are using natural remedies after doing chemo and radiation? Well, you know what? I'm going to say this from now because I don't want to get anybody to think something. This is my body. I get to choose. I'm letting you know that if I had that situation, I'd be doing it. Sally, if you want, I would suggest that maybe you might want to get a consultation from Karen, okay, just to really go over things and make them tight, okay? See what you're doing, your diet, what are the things you're using, okay, and doing. You don't have to do that if you want. But guess what? Just go light. Just go light. Start light. I mean, come on. What is that? Padding. So just do padding when you start feeling better. But understand something. If you don't unfreeze your sternum, because your sternum's frozen. Sally, if you were to come here and I were to work on your ribs and your sternum, it would go snap, crackle, pop. It is so crystallized and so much scar tissue that it's so locked up and jammed up. But nobody's going to tell you that. Nobody's going to work on it, okay? Nobody's ever come to us so far that I know of, unless they kept it quiet, that didn't break down in tears or thought that this was so amazing that why didn't I do this years ago? And we were able to do things for them in a couple of days that they were trying to do for 10 and 20 years. It's not about us. It's about the information we have and how amazing that you are when this information unlocks that unique, that authentic you. And of course you can do the clapping. I'll tell you right now, I would be. Kayleen, running makes the blood flow. Isn't that the same as clapping? No. I'm not a runner. I'm not going to do a running. I do things to build my cardio. I do things to build up my muscle. And guess what? Most runners are injured, aren't they? Oh, really? Yeah, they are. And most runners, if they really get into running a lot, they live shorter lives. Most runners are more acidic. Most runners, they need if you're a runner, you need my Sononium minerals. Okay, if you're a runner, you need my infinite iodine. You need curcumin cayenne 5000. You need to drink lots of structured water, not just water, because you're not hydrating well enough. And no way, it's not the same as clapping. Okay, not at all. Do you know what running does? It causes contraction. What does clapping do? It causes expansion. What does running do? Shut down your microcirculation. If you run too much, which everybody who runs gets acidic, that's why you feel sore afterwards, okay? And you got to watch out how sore you want to be. It's okay when you're just a teenager. Go ahead and do it when you're in your 20s. That'll kick your butt. Angela, Dr. Wolfe, I've been drinking structured water for 3 days, and it is changing my life. Thank you. We did not put this here. This is real, guys, and it's changing her life. Okay, Tara, can you please provide a link for the clapping video? did last week. Doc of Detox, YouTube, clapping your health and lungs. No, clapping your heart and lungs for health. Okay, that's what it was called. Rosa, how often can I nebulize? Okay, you can nebulize as often as you want, but you might feel a choking, not because you're choking yourself from the silver, okay, or from the Bright Eyes fulvic drops. It's because the die-off, okay? So where the silver creates an environment that infection of viral and bacterial and fungal can't live in, then you come along with the nebulizing, and it will help to draw and pick that up. Do you understand? It really does. It grabs that and takes it out. Or you can take the Bright Eyes and the silver and mix them together and nebulize them together. And then how much can you breathe it? Well, depends how strong your lungs are. You know, you can take one deep breath and feel like you're going to cough. Now, that's only because it's neutralizing things. So go gentle, and you can do it often. And then, you know, like anything else, let's learn to crawl before we walk, before we run. Fabia, will clapping help with back pain? Absolutely. And the deal is the more you have pain, the more you need it. And understand something. When you clap, you got to, first, what I want you to do before you clap, I want you to know where you're going to work. I want you to connect to the lion heart breathing, and I want you to close your eyes, and it's a meditation. I want you to focus on what you're doing, okay? And when you're doing it, picture yourself, not the pain, but you can do it that you're a bystander if you want. That will help most people, but I don't. I just do it and I go, you know? I'll just do the clapping. You can use your hand too, everyone. I'm not telling you to buy our clappers, okay? And I will tell you this much. We sold 500 clappers in 10 days. Isn't that crazy? We have 20 clappers here, and we have, I think, 48 clappers left as of today. And when they're gone, I can't get them for 4 weeks. Go figure. And we're hoping they'll come sooner. So, but it'll all work out. I can't have the book to you for 2 weeks. I can't have the, and then I don't want to do the course until I get them in. We have 1,000 clappers coming in. Okay? All right? There you go. But anyways, stick to it. It's called persistence. Okay? And don't let the so-called bruising, because people don't bruise if they're healthy. Is clapping good for arthritis? Yes, it is. Now, let's say osteoarthritis. Yes, it is. Absolutely, absolutely, absolutely. Now, you're all going to get to learn this, but you got to be patient because I'm just one guy. If you saw what I was doing now, you'd go, my God, how does he pull that off? Right, Drake? What am I doing, man? Do I do the job about 10 people right now? Huh? I did 22 hours this week, 22 hours just writing the clapping manual for you guys, okay? And I don't mean for you guys. I mean, I love you guys. But you know what? I'll have it all done and all prettied, and you'll have a beautiful clapping manual, okay? That'll be that. So if you got arthritis, you see the edge here, okay? You'd actually go in on the joints like this because you'll be it forever. Remember what I told you about that big bump I had here? Well, you'll go on the joint like this. You know, when you first do it, you're going to go, oh, this doesn't seem right. Well, just go lightly. Don't even hardly cause any pain at all. Look at not even the weight of the clapper. And then pick it up. And then pick it up. And after 10 days, you're going, na 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 na. And when you see that joint coming down, you are going to be like, whoa. Okay, he's not insane. Well, maybe he's insane, but it still works. Okay. All right. What can I do about nasal dripping causing a constant cough? Well, you got nasal dripping because you have fungal problems, and that is and you have also fungal and inflammation problems. I would, if I was in that situation, I'd be doing the nebulizing. I would make sure that I was doing the daily cleansing tea, if nothing else. Well, here's what, you know, the minimal, nebulizing, daily cleansing tea, curcumin cayenne 5,000. And if I wanted to get rid of it, I'd add the Tummy Love, Black Gold, and I'd do coffee enemas. And I'd take a look at my diet and kick out those things that are inflammatory. So I'd go to the perfect day and look at it from 7 a.m. to 7 p.m. and learn how to do things. My gosh, even skin brushing is going to help. Anything that's going to help bring up your circulation. You may not know this, guys, but it's all about microcirculation, not just circulation. You want to know something? When you ladies, okay, you beautiful women, when you go to the doctor, okay, and then he checks you because for your heart to see how strong your heart is, did you know he can't? Did you know he can't for men? Because with men, you can tell if there's heart problems. It's all in the large vessels, like the large veins and arteries. Did you know with you women, you can't tell if you've got heart problems? I don't mean to laugh. I just mean they don't know. It's in your microcirculation. It's in the venules. It's in the arterials. Don't believe me, do your research, okay? Did you also know, women, that when all the drugs that you take, they were all, okay, experimented on male rats, not even female rats, not even women, because it costs too much. Did you know that right now they estimate that if they have to, Canada's just starting to do it now, but if United States were to go back and do it right, okay, it would take them 10 to 15 years to undo the mess they made, and it would cost them $40 billion. Go figure. Like, that's going to happen. So understand, when you're taking medication, you just might want to think, okay? And I'm not telling you not to do it. I'm just saying, I didn't say this. This is scientifically documented. Okay, Julie did it. Natalie, I had perfect gut health until I got sick. Now I got GERDs, diagnosed yesterday. What can I do? The things we just talked about. You know what? Okay, guys, I don't mind if you come to me with your disease names, but when I tell you to forget disease names, okay? All right? I mean it. All right? So GERDs, what are you going to do? That's a digestive tract disorder. So what would be the best thing for a digestive tract? Well, getting on the perfect day, getting on daily cleansing tea, black gold, tummy love. Food combining properly, eating a whole plant-based diet. When you get heartburn, if you get that with your GERDs, do a teaspoon of baking soda in a glass of water. That would be the thing I'd start with first. You don't get GERDs because you've got a good diet. You don't get GERDs because your bowels are moving well. Okay? Next. Yvette. If your right eye, the side where you hold your phone, is becoming blurred, what can you do? I drink structured water. What else? Well, first of all, why are you holding your phone? If you hold your phone here, if you looked at the small print at the bottom of when you signed for the phone, it said if you hold your phone here that you may get tumors. Okay? So understand something. You're radiating your eye. So you want to get the silver bullet. Oh, for one thing, I would be getting, it's called Smart Guard, and it's on the back of my phone, right here. It's inside the case. You can't see it. Let me see if I can get the case off. There. You see that little round thing? That's called a Smart Guard. That's the first thing you do. Everybody needs to get a Smart Guard. Don't quote me, but I think they're around $35. That's it. And then if you buy more, they're less. But anyways, they are, there's lots of research. Go and take a look. I don't expect you to believe me, but go look at the scientific research. It's called a Smart Guard, Doc of Detox Smart Guard, and it will neutralize, I think it's about 96% in around there. Okay? So I've got it on the back of my phone, and you should have it on yours. Next thing is, where were we? Yeah, silver bullet spray and fulvic eye drops. So here's the bright eyes, fulvic eye drops. You want to put those in your eyes. And I wouldn't wait for the problem, guys. Break down and buy a bottle of Bright Eyes and a bottle of the silver spray and do it 3 times a day, even if you don't have any eye disorders, and watch how amazing you feel. Less stress in your brain. Your eyes are brighter. Everything just feels better. Do you ever notice when your eyes feel clean and fresh? You do? So just try it. I promise you won't go wrong with this. Okay? I would start there. That's what I would do. Okay? And just remember something. Blue light causes inflammation in the brain. The brain then inflames the eyes. And the more eye inflammation you have, the more inflammation you had in your brain first. Isn't that cool? So just think what kind of trouble we're going to have with our brains when we're older, when they're just a little piece of beef jerky. You know, it's the thing, the craziest thing. Don't tell me the government protects us. They protect corporations. And don't tell me that they had to make blue light to poison us. Don't tell me that they had to make 5G. Don't tell me, okay, any of this stuff. Don't tell me that they had to put electrical wiring in this house that wasn't conducive to good healing. All of this stuff. They'll do the cheapest way, and now they're going to do the toxic way because they need to depopulate, okay? That's what they believe. And if they didn't believe that, why we have GMOs? Why do we have glyphosate? Why do we put aluminum in vaccinations? Why do we have fillings that are 50% mercury? Okay, why do we have fluoride that is the most cancer-causing chemical in our showers? I don't know, something to think about. I drink structured water. What else? Well, that's great that you drink structured water. And you can also get structured water, and if you don't have the silver in it, for now, you could put the structured water drops in your eyes, and that will even make a difference. Sonia, could you explain more of the Tesla machine you have? You know what? I'll show it. Okay, I'll show it next time. Right? Can you make a note of that? Jacqueline, can you run ozone water through the structured water? Oh, absolutely. I would do it. You got an ozone unit? But remember something. Don't you kid yourself. Don't let people give you that hogwash. It needs that distilled water, reverse osmosis. That's dead water. Nature doesn't even make it, so man does. Mankind is goofy, okay? You know what? Get like spring water and structure it, okay? Get even bottled water and structure it, okay? Mineral, spring water, bottled. But I would never buy bottled water in my life. Who in the heck would do that? You know what? You won't even believe this, but I'll put my structure unit under any tap around the world, long as it doesn't come out yellow, the water, okay? All right? Because even though the physical's still in there, it's what you don't see. It's the frequency you change. When you change the frequency by structuring water, even if it's still in there, it doesn't harm the body. Don't ask me. Ask the scientists that have proven this. Structured water is called fourth phase water. Do your own homework on YouTube, or go wherever on the internet. And if you go to my structured water guide and go watch the video I did with Dr. Pollock, and he's the father of water, and he talks about it, and he talks about how people don't understand this, but rain is structured water. Why isn't it poisoning everything? It isn't. Why aren't the organisms dying? They're not, because once you structure, the physical elements become innate, and I won't go into all that. Okay, so can you run ozone water through the structured water device, or do you ozone the water after? You know what? I would, if you want, ozone it after, and the ozone will be stronger, because you know that ozone has a short time life. So if you want the ozone to be stronger, then ozonate it after you structure it. We have a home ozone water maker from my mom who has stage 4 cancer. I bought the structured water portable unit. Do I do restructuring first and then? Nope. Do ozonate it after. It'll be stronger. If she doesn't like it that strong, ozonate it before. All right. Clara, why does the uterus thicken, and why do ovaries get cysts? Wow. Clara, here's the deal. Cysts are for pus. It's a pus tank. Okay. Why'd you get pus? Because you had infection that gave inflammation. So the infection and the inflammation are now in the pus tank. Okay, next. The uterus thickens because of the inflammation. The uterus has to get thicker and thicker. It doesn't want to get cancerous, does it? So it gets thicker to try to protect itself against the inflammation that was caused from the infection from your leaking bowel. It's a soup bowl, your pelvis. Casey, so daily cleansing tea, black gold, tummy love, just start with that. And if you can get yourself to do coffee enema and structured water and go on the perfect day diet, boom. And I'll tell you that thickening of the uterus will be gone if you take really strong measures. But if you've got ovaries, if you've got cysts on your ovaries and a thickening uterus, that means that you've got a whole cement block called the pelvis, okay? Scar tissue crystallization and calcium. And I would suggest you come to see us. That's what I'd suggest. I mean, it's worth the flight. All right. I'd get trained if I was you. Everybody out there who has families, you think about it, okay? Are you to get trained? I know. It's 7 days. It'll cost you around $5,000. But guess what? Think about how much money you spend in your lifetime. Then ask yourself if you'd like to learn the most powerful, emotional, powerful body work technique and learn how to totally look after yourself and work as a community, you and your family. Okay? Dr. Wolfe, is it okay? This is Casey. To give my pregnant dog tummy love. Absolutely. And what else would I be able to give her? Well, give her structured water for sure. Make sure that you're feeding her raw meat, bone, everything that would come from an animal who lived in the wild. Okay? And I would make sure that you're giving your dog lots of fatty acids, really important, especially if she's pregnant. Give her the tummy love, give her the black gold, make sure her bowels are moving well. You could even give her a little bit of cleansing tea if she wasn't moving her bowels. But if you decide to do that, if her bowels aren't moving well, then call me because I want to make sure you give her the right amount so we don't have a mess. Okay? All right? And give her lots of love. Give her lots of love. Hug her and talk to her about her baby. And really, that's what I would do. Danny, what can I do for runny eyes? Well, I'll tell you right now. You've got runny eyes because you have inflammation, and you get runny eyes because that mucus is trying to protect the inflammation. And now you've got infection in your eyes, dude. So get the silver bullet spray and get the Bright Eyes fulvic drops. That's the first place you start. But why are your eyes running? I already told you. Inflammation on the brain because of an inflammatory diet. Too much blue light coming off. That's the deal. Blue light poisoning. Okay. Go take a look at Jack Cruse's work and understand something. You want to stop all inflammation and poisoning to the brain? Then you get Tesla glasses. Okay? So what do these do? These aren't blue blockers. You know what they do? They actually take the blue light and transform it into healing light to heal your brain and heal your eyes. You can believe it or not believe it. We get people who buy the Teslas, do the silver drops, and the Bright Eyes, and I've got a gentleman who just called me from Vancouver, and he said that his cataracts have reduced by 50% in the last 3 months. I think that's amazing. He's 72 years old, for pity's sakes. Okay? So Tesla glasses, Bright Eyes, fulvic eye drops. You don't think that it's working for you, send them back. All right? Send back the glasses. All right? Okay. Rosa, hello. Can you explain nebulizer? How often use it? Mine leaks a little. Is it okay? I don't know. If you want to give me a call, I don't know what you mean by leaking. And how often do you use it? Well, let's put it this way. The more I feel my lungs are compromised, the more I would use it. Now, I use my nebulizer in the morning and I use it at night, like clockwork. I don't do it a lot through the day because I don't need to. Now, if I had a lung problem, I'd start off slow because if you even take one breath, you're going. And I would definitely, if I had a lung problem, okay, or a breathing problem, I would be doing the clapping. All right, that'd be my way of doing it. And as far as how often, Rosa, start off gently and work your way into it, and then really get those lungs cleaned out. Okay, but remember the lungs are attached to the bowel. You know what to do about the bowel. And take a look at your diet again. Melissa, any suggestions for an eye sty in the eye? Well, yeah, the fulvic eye drops, okay? The fulvic eye drops in the eye, okay? I have fulvic humic. That's great. Beyond Beauty spray. Beautiful. Fresh and clean spray for under your arms. Absolutely. You should try that, people. Fresh and clean spray under the arms. And also try my Beyond Beauty spray and my Beyond Beauty moisturizer and tell me if you're not blown away, okay? My moisturizer is the best, okay? It's made out of 13 wildflower petals, 13 different wildflowers, the petals, and a whole bunch of other great things like the silver's in there. Go take a look at online at the ingredients. Okay, all you're going to need for that at the sty in the eye again is the Bright Eyes Fulvic Drops and the silver spray, and that's going to bring it down right away. But the sty was caused because of the inflammation. Nellie, what is the best air purifier for the home? Well, I'll tell you right now. I like an ozonator, all right? With I like an ozonator with ultraviolet, and that's what I have. I have if you ever want one, I can tell you where to get it. We stopped carrying them on our website, but if you want, I can tell you where I believe makes the best one for the best price. And we have one in our office, right, Drake? And we want one in my home, and we keep this place. Yeah, it's great. I really believe in that. People will poo-poo on ozone, but ozone's not the problem. Without ozone, we all would have been dead. And you will only find ozone in cities where there's a lot of ozone, too much, where there's too much pollution. It gets attracted there. It's trying to neutralize the pollution. So cut down on the pollution, and you won't see so much ozone there. So you regulate the ozone. We have it regulated, so when we walk in, we can just have a little hint, and that's the way it is. It's the best. Ozone is oxygen on emission, okay? Nellie, how do you recover from a drug-induced liver injury? Well, you do bowel cleansing, and what you do is you do coffee enemas. I was hospitalized, and then they gave me Bactrim, which inflamed my liver super high. I know, but that'll come down. So I would be doing, if it was me, I would be doing the coffee enemas, and I would be doing the daily cleansing tea, Tummy Love, Black Gold, and then I would be making sure that I get rid of all the hate out of my life, because the liver stores hate, okay? The actual kidney store fear. I'll be doing a slideshow for you guys called Mind Before Medicine, and in there I'll be showing you what each organ actually stores, and you'll see that it actually, people with these problems, you'll go, yeah, that's their personality. Okay. Okay, Julie, hello, Dr. Wolfe. Are the Tesla glasses still effective while wearing contacts? Absolutely. Absolutely. Rosa, do you do personal treatments and trainings right now? Yeah, I just mentioned earlier, Rosa, that we're open again. We're gonna start booking for June and onward. All right. And that's for people coming here and for our master trainers coming to you, no matter where you are in the world. We have trainers that have gone to China, India, all over the place, okay? All right. Anna Marie, do you treat Lyme disease? I don't treat Lyme disease. I treat the body, and the body will actually get rid of Lyme disease. And if you want, we can build you a protocol, but take a look at the sentient element. If you go to EMF/light, that's where you'll find the Teslas. That's where you'll find the Avicen that I showed you. That's where you'll find the sentient element. And the sentient element is the most successful device at getting rid of Lyme's disease. It's around $3,700. That's it. And you know what? You can program like hundreds of different frequencies in the actual. You can program hundreds of different frequencies in the actual element. So it will program to anything you want. Oh, we missed it, eh? A long time ago. No? Oh, really? Great. Thanks, man. You rock. Okay. So, yeah. But understand something, guys. I don't really believe Lyme disease is all it's as hard as everybody believes it is. And I'll tell you why. Because people do not do whole body healing. They don't. They do disease names. Watch out for disease names. You can get a disease name to go, okay, that's the information. So that's where the worst of it is. But if I don't get all the organs, okay, including my brain, working for this, it's not going to happen. Okay. All right. 35, Lygia. will you do a session on how to use all essential oils? You know what? I will. That's down the road. And I'll tell you why. If somebody wants to ask me about the essential oils, I will do it. But if you go to Doc of Detox library, click on the essential oil guide. It talks about every one of our oils. Now, I want to teach you how to take personal action with things because it's more important. If I'm a true professional, I'm going to train you how to look after you. And I know essential oils are part of it. But the reality is I don't want to be a marketeer. I know it sounds like I am sometimes. But the reality is nobody can ever say that I am because of all the practitioners that I know in North America. I give more free information, more empowering information than anybody else. So it doesn't matter when people banter me and go, oh God, you just say that because of this. Well, yeah, I will do that. I'll do the essential oils. But right now I want to get out all my booklets and get out all these empowering videos and slideshows that if you want to take massive action, you can take your life back without just draining yourself and having a second mortgage. All right? So first of all, let's get the information that empowers the human being, and then the rest will come because, trust me, we have no problem selling our products. Okay? We did 250 orders over the weekend. So we don't need to push the products. We need to push you, okay, because into this. And you know what that is? What is that? Self-care, self-love, and self-love together equal an awesome life. So I need to try to teach you about self-care and how to love yourself, first and foremost. How long do you recommend staying in the deep squat? I'll tell you right now, you know, some days I'll stay in for a minute, depends on my time, but there's 3 deep squats, okay? There's one called the baby hug, okay? And there's another one that's called the activation squat stretch, okay? And then there's the activation squat. So there's 3 of them, and you'll actually see those in my manuals, all right? They're in the Perfect Day. They're in the Perfect Day manual. Yeah, that's where they are. Okay? All right. Well, how long would you stay there? Well, okay, ready for this? People ask me that. Okay, I had the answer. Oh my gosh, I think I'm getting a little brain drain because of my fast. Okay? All right? You stay there until, guess what? Until you feel a cramp, and then you try to breathe, and you just keep staying there until the cramp goes away, or until your foot or something goes numb. And what do we do every time we feel a little cramp or something goes numb? We stop. I don't. And I teach all my patients, don't you dare stop. You go through that, breathe through that pain, and guess what? You'll have a breakthrough. Isn't it kind of funny? We're always taught to go to the door, but never turn the doorknob. Kind of funny, I think, eh? Dawn. My friend's dog is 9 and she is losing her sight. I'd use bright eyes and I'd use silver in the dog's eyes. Okay? I would make sure the dog is pooping. I guarantee she's not. Okay? Her pooping is slowed down. And make sure that she's on real food that dogs should eat, not packaged. Okay? Processed. Christine, do you do human? I would be Dr. Marlene Siegel. Look her up. She's out of Florida. Best food in the world for dogs. End of story. Best veterinarian in North America. Christine, do you do humic acid on a fast? No, I do not. I only do fulvic acid. Okay. Okay, here's the products. We do Ormus Minerals, okay? We do fulvic acid, okay? We do ATP, like I'm doing on my fast, ATP. And this is my fulvic, this is my fulvic acid. Just look at how much fulvic acid I have, okay? All right, just trying to keep up with the inflammation that I'm creating today so that I don't fry out. And we use Himalayan salt. Okay, so let me see. What did I just say here? Ormus Minerals, ATP, fulvic acid. Oh, and we also use SAC calcium. They all bypass the Krebs cycle, so you can do it on a fast. And I'm telling you something. Go do a water fast, then come do an advanced Doc of Detox fast, and then tell me you don't rock that thing. Okay? All right. And then you also want to be doing clapping on your fast. You want to be doing the squatting, the pelvic enhancer, skin brush, salt glow. Most people are caught at home right now. And if you want to change your life, then do a 6-day fast and then tell me that your life didn't change. Okay. All right. YouTube, can we nebulize the essential oil? Will be more effective than putting it on the skin. You can nebulize it in a nebulizer. I don't want you to nebulize it and take it in that way. If you want to nebulize it in a nebulizer and then breathe it in, that's up to you. But I don't want you nebulizing it in a nebulizer up to your face. I don't want you to do essential oils that way. I'm not doing it. I don't want you doing it. Essential oils are effective putting on the skin, and all our essential oils can go on your skin. You can do a test on your palm to see if it irritates you, but we don't need cutters for our essential oils. I don't know where that comes from. And if you do, make sure you get our structured moringa oil. That's the best oil that you can use when you're using essential oils. How does the EMF protector for your foam work? It does not block. Okay, it does not block. And guess what? Can I leave that for Dr. Howard Fisher? He's going to come and do a show in about 10 days, and I'll have it up. And he's going to be talking about EMF and 5G and the whole thing. Okay, and I also have Magna Havas coming on. She is the world's most prominent person in EMF and 5G. If you haven't heard about her, then you don't know the world of 5G, and she's coming on. 40, Jackie, do you think listening to wave frequencies helps to raise the body frequency? Absolutely. It's all about frequencies. We came here as a frequency. We're going to leave as a frequency. It's all about frequency. Okay? So an image creates a thought, and a thought creates a frequency, and a frequency releases chemical and hormones, and they better be good thoughts, dude, or else you're going to burn up. Okay? So on this planet, you learn or you burn. Anna, my legs are weak. I need to get my legs going again. I was supposed to be in therapy for strength, but the quarantine shut that down. And I'm due to have another surgery on the other knee, June ending. And I'm a little scared, and I do as much as I can from home, but there are different things that bother me. I have a son who is with me and 2 dogs. I wish I could get you to come help me. I don't know what to do anymore. Well, one thing, why don't you get a consultation for $125? That is, anybody can afford that. And you're going to have my head nutritionist, Karen, and myself supporting you. Next thing is, if you could come here, because guess what? Your legs aren't weak. You have physical blocks in your low back, in your pelvis, and in your hips that are shutting off the circulation to your legs. Okay? You can't have weak circulation unless you have blocks. And that means it's shutting down your microcirculation. So you need to get a consultation, and you need to get some Wolfe non-surgical so we can go in and just get things open, and then embrace some clapping, start doing the squatting, the belly button therapy, start doing the pelvic enhancer, start doing the skin brushing, the salt glow. Take action, girl. And when you get tired, have a nap. Get up and get going again. Get tired, have a nap. Get up, get going again. Let me tell you something. Without energy, you don't heal. Without energy, you will not heal. So you need to take willpower at the beginning, and then repeat your daily perfect day. And then you will no longer need willpower, because once it's in your subconscious mind, you won't have to think about loving yourself anymore. But now you're going to have to start thinking about loving yourself, because you only spend 5% of the time in your conscious mind and 95% in your subconscious. And so if you don't run a self-care, self-love program in your subconscious mind, you're going to struggle. But you might as well struggle at doing something amazing than struggle at suffering. That's what I think anyway. I would give us a call. I would come here for a personal treatment and training. And if you're married, if you're not married, come here for a personal treatment. And if you are married, come for a personal treatment or training. And if you're not married, bring one of your sons and get them to we'll teach them. And they'll go home and they'll continue the non-surgical work. And guess what? You'll get your life back. What are you willing to do? Okay? I don't think that you should trust me. I think I should earn your trust. But if you go through my stuff and look at all, you know what? Drake, is it a lie or is it the truth? Everybody that comes here, do they do the testimonial or do we prod them on what to say? Yes or no? Make it loud.
They do it.
Okay. Now, does everybody do a testimonial when they leave here? Pretty well, except if they're shy.
Yeah.
Okay. So there you go. Take a look at the testimonials. We didn't pick and choose. All right? Madja. Dr. Wolfe, still have fungus in my right toe. Fungus in your right toe is not going to go away for a while. So guess what? You got to start clapping your toe, girl. You got to, okay, first of all, I would soak a Band-Aid with our super strength oregano, okay? And I would put even a little bit of DMSO and just where it hits the fungus. And try that and see how that feels. A little bit of the gel DMSO. And if it's too strong, the gel, then go to the rose DMSO. And I would mix super strength oregano in that. And then I would put a Band-Aid on tight and wear that every night. Okay? And I would even put it on maybe in the morning if it's not bothering you and have it on 24 hours. You know, let's really just go in and give this thing some trouble. And then what I would do is I would take that off and I would do clapping on the fungus area. Okay? So around the toe and get the circulation going. Because you got to understand, if there's fungus in the toe, there's crystallization and scar tissue there. But understand something. The fungus came from your large intestine, which then drilled holes through your large intestine, went into your bloodstream, and went throughout your whole body. And because you have less circulation in your feet than anywhere else, the fungus said, I'm going down where the circulation isn't that great. Because where the circulation isn't that great, there's not a lot of oxygen. And fungus doesn't need oxygen so that it can breed down there. End of story. Okay? You got this. So, okay, I know you do. I believe in you. I really do. Okay? All right. I refused medicine, tried vinegar and other things off the counter, nothing worse. Can you suggest something? That was it. Vivian, I've been suffering with vestibular neuronitis. Okay, a disorder characterized by a sudden nerve attack of vertigo. Okay, well, we're talking about a really acidic person here, okay? And we're talking about the inner ear becoming really acidic and out of balance for over 20 years. The last few years have been worse with fibromyalgia all over my body. Of course, body terrible, scalp pain, blurred vision, brain fog, severe weight gain. I feel like my body is dying. Actually, please don't get this wrong. It is. But you don't need to. And you don't need to do this either. Get a consultation from Karen. I look at all reports that come in, all consultation reports. We go over it together. She builds you the protocol. You end up talking to her. You've got her for life and me. You'll go to her first. What she can't answer, she'll put me on the phone with you, and we'll do this. I'll give you money back. Then in a few weeks, you're going to feel so much better. And if you could ever come here, that we could help to unravel all those joints with scar tissue and your spine with all that scar tissue in it, you'll see what amazing is. Okay? Connie, hi, Darrell. Love your knowledge. What can I do for thinning and falling out hair? Okay. Wow, there's a lot here. Holy mackerel. Okay, let me see how far I got to go here. 53. Okay, and we're at, I got to finish these guys. You know, once I got to do that lecture this Friday, but then we'll be doing Monday and Friday so that we're not overburdened like this. So whoever gets their questions in, I'll do up to 40. I'll do up to 30, 35 questions and then online ones. Yeah. So for thinning and falling hair, okay, I'm going to do a show on it, but what you want to do, you get the moringa oil and you get cayenne. You put enough cayenne in it. But first what you do is, let me see here. Oh my gosh. What time is it there, my friend? 5? Quarter past 5. 15 minutes. We've got to wrap this. Everybody else is going to have to wait. And that means you're going to have to wait until next Monday. Yeah. And then we will get caught up, and we will stay caught up because we'll have 2 a week. So you put a skin brush in like this, and you don't go like this. You keep it kind of still, and you vibrate fast, and now you're waking up the dead and getting rid of the dead skin off your scalp. That's the first thing you do, okay? All right? After you do that, then you take your clapper, and you clap your scalp for 40 minutes, okay? You see the bumpy side here? I'll use the bumpy side, and then I'll come back and for 20 minutes use the bumpy side. Then I'll come back, and I'll use the smooth side. Now, I'm giving it all to you. Then what you can do, you can use Hair Restore. You take the Hair Restore essential oil that we have for hair. You mix that, okay? You mix that about, I would say, 25% Hair Restore. And then you mix that with moringa oil and a little pinch of cayenne. And then you do a tester and see how much, and you put that on where you're losing the hair. The cayenne stimulates the circulation. The Hair Restore stimulates and goes in and feeds, okay? And the moringa oil is the most nutritional oil in the world, and we structure ours. And it's all organic, our structure oil. And you do that. But guess what? If it's affordable, I promise you that this alone, within 3 to 6 months, will give you 25% more hair growth. That's right, the Avicen. I already told you it increases the microcirculation throughout your body everywhere. Okay? So your nails will grow 2 to 3 times quicker. You'll get a haircut so much faster if you want short hair. And you're going to get thicker hair. You do this protocol. It's the best in the world, this protocol. I don't know any other. Well, and I'm sure that I can't say it's the best in the world. It's the best in my world. Okay? All right. Lisa, when my budget allows, I'll get an Avicen. Do you do payment plans? No, we don't, but we give you $500 in product. Nobody else does that. And that we only do that for one reason. Because if you're going to purchase an Avicen, we want to get you on products that are going to give you your health back. We want to show you it's going to happen, okay? It's teamwork that makes the dream work. Anna Marie, my daughter has dermatographia, a condition where a light scratch to the skin swells similar to a hive since she was 14 years old. It dramatically decreased to the point where it was almost gone for 4 years. Recently, it has come back more aggressive than ever. Do you have any suggestions? Yeah. You need to get a consultation with Karen about this, okay? And when you do, we'll even set it up. If you'd like to have your daughter there, I'd like to see her, and Karen will be on, and you'll be on. All of us will be on. I'd like to see your daughter. And yeah, guess what? If I took a look at the diet that your daughter's on, and for some reason, your daughter, she's got a good diet and you tell me it is, I don't think it is. But I guarantee you her bowels are messed up. And I guarantee you said it was good for 14 years. Now, so guess what? Was she 18? Well, 18 years old. I'm becoming a woman. I'm not a woman yet. Am I pretty? Who loves me? I'm stressed out at school because of college. I don't know the reasons. I'm just saying so. My bowels are jammed up, or I've got diarrhea. My hormones are off. Okay. So is she always worried? Has she always been stressed? So I could go through a million things, but guess what? Why should I have to play detective when you know about your daughter and your daughter knows about herself? And I'll tell you something. It would take me 10 minutes to know why. 10 minutes. That's all I need. Get a consultation, $125. Lisa, 47. We're making it. What are the side effects of the herpes vaccine recommended for people over the age of 60? Side effects are this: pain, redness, and swelling at the injection site, muscle pain, tiredness, headache, shivering, fever, upset stomach. Okay? And myself, I'll never get it because there's other side effects. I don't even want to mention those. But those are some of the simple ones. 48. I want to do a total body detox on my son. He does not grow. There is something in the medical literature on the condition except what they have from us. A few months ago, I asked a geneticist to test his amino acids for deficiency, which resulted in them finding a carnitine deficiency. And, I talked to her, and I don't believe that he has a carnitine deficiency. I believe he's got other problems, blocks and toxicities that are showing that up. He is in puberty and on an aromatase inhibitor to keep his growth plates open to give him a chance to grow, as he is less than 5 feet tall. I was wondering your opinion on this child detox, if you have any recommendations on detoxing the child. I already gave her a whole bunch of suggestions. I still say get a consultation from Karen and let us be the detectives to go in and figure this out. You get your money back if you're not happy with the consultation. That's all I can do. Robin, how do you get rid of parasites? Talked about it many times. First of all, daily cleansing tea, tummy love, black gold, diatomaceous earth, and bring up the vibration in your life of the people around you. Change your habits to all great ones. Eat high vibrational foods, and you'll nail this thing. Parasites will only come back if you're low vibrational. Megan, I have hypoglycemia since I had my last child 8 years ago. Never had it before. Is fasting safe for me? Okay. I would do just intermittent fasting first. I would also take a look at putting super cinnamon in your drinking water. And I would also take a look at getting our Sinonian mineral complex when it comes in, and our infinite iodine. And you'll nail this thing. It'll be nailed. Okay? Never had it before. I literally have to eat every 1.5 to 2 hours normally. And that's going to age you so fast. And if you want to give me a call, I'll spend 10 minutes with you and let's nail this thing. And then I would suggest you book with Karen. Okay, Karen is fasting of any kind okay with triple negative breast cancer? Absolutely. I'm not doing any chemo or radiation. You need to fast. When you fast, your body eats what's not supposed to be there. Okay, it breaks down whatever is there for energy, and it knows it is the most intelligent, built-in healing device in the world. Okay, that's why Jesus fasted, so that he could raise his vibration, so he could be physically, emotionally, and spiritually healthy. 52, Marilyn, hello. What is the difference between the divine vine and pineal? Divine vine for the thyroid and for hormonal balance. Pineal mainly for the pineal gland and the brain. Now, they all do similar things, but that's the main difference. They both have the fulvic in them, don't they? The fulvic is used to carry the life crystals to the area, because fulvic is the best chelator in getting nutrition into cells. 53, Mary, does pineal repair the brain? Absolutely. How long does it take? It depends. Do you drink structured water? Are you dehydrated? Are you emotionally terrorizing yourself? Do you have tons of blue light in your life that is burning your brain out? Okay. Are you a caretaker? Are you a caretaker for someone who's sick? Because what happens is you will get, women get dementia more because they are usually caretakers, and it burns their brain out. I'll tell you that right now. All you caretakers out there better learn self-love and self-care, and you better be taking time for yourself. And if you don't, and you say you don't, that's the problem. Okay? You got to do this. You got to love yourself. At the end of the day, you're no good to no one if you're sick. And guess what? At the end of the day, most caretakers love the people they're caretaking for, but they don't love their life. They don't eat right. They don't sleep right. Okay? They're not doing it right. Okay. Does this work for vascular dementia? Yes, it does. But there's a lot of things I would... You guys can believe this or not. You do the pineal. You do the SAC, Amerigen. You do the other things I talked about here today, and do the clapping. And I will tell you that even the clapping, it all comes together to bring that back. I'll be teaching this in those classes. 54, Luna. What about those whom are hypoglycemic? Can they fast? Hey, they have a better chance of fasting with the ATP, because that balances out blood sugar. And understand something. I didn't mention this, guys, but I will in the fasting class, and that is you can do essential oils on your fast and put them in your drinking water, and especially things like super cinnamon that balances out your blood sugar levels instantaneously. So you can do that while you're fasting. Yes, you can. Okay? Because it doesn't turn on your digestive tract. And you can do lemon lift or you could do orange burst. Linda, Lordy, I need some reprogramming. Lordy, Lordy. Okay, but how do I unlearn if I hardly have memories from that time? I need to come see you. You can come and see me, and guess what? People, when they come, they'll get anywhere from some people will only get like 4 hours of emotional. Some people actually do 2 hours emotional training every day. And then, but before you come, I want you to do the Braveheart Loving Steps. Go through the Braveheart course, which I give to everybody free if they just go to quickstart at docofdetox.com. And understand something. You don't need to remember from 0 to 7. We just need to go in and take a look at your life and saying, I don't like this about my life. And then we'll see, there it is. There's the belief that's causing you to have that repeat, that Groundhog Day that you don't like. So now let's take the belief you don't like and flip it upside down and turn it inside out and make it a positive one. And that's our new program. And we're just going to repeat, and be robotic about it until the subconscious says, yeah, that's your new highway. There you go. Okay. Sharon, can you suggest some of your products we could use to get best results while fasting? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to give you the whole booklet on Friday. And then on Monday, we're going to go over that, right? Okay, and if it's not Monday, it'll be Tuesday. We'll be sliding in somewhere. Oh my gosh, if you knew it, between shows I'm doing and lectures I'm doing online, we have 11 between this week and next week. Hey, Drake? Yeah. Welcome to Drake's world. You know, he has to come in early, has to stay late. Huh? It's a good thing that he's into a self-abusive program. Mary, if you can't get organic food in your area, what's the best way to clean? Structured water and baking soda. And I'll talk about that more later, okay? Let's see how in trouble I am. Abraham, after doing coffee enemas for 2 weeks, my skin turned yellow. Is it just that my liver is cleaning up? Absolutely. Why aren't you skin brushing? Why aren't you doing salt glows? Do the pelvic squat. Get yourself a pelvic enhancer. And I swear, you better be on the daily cleansing tea, tummy love, and black gold, my friend. But yeah, good for you. You go ahead and turn yellow. Do you want that yellow in there? What do you think that causes? Liver cirrhosis. That yellow that's coming out, there's something not right. So you need to get more circulation going here, okay? So do the things I just said if you're not doing them. And make sure that you're on a really clean diet and you're not overeating, okay? All right? Remember, energy. But eat things and do things that give you more energy. Like I'd be doing some ATP, right? I would be doing lots of structured water. I think that's really important. And yeah, just keep working at it. You're doing a great job. I'm really proud of you. Okay? All right? I just received the Ormus minerals. I am constantly dehydrated. I know, Christine, but there's something. Christine, I think that you are high anxiety. And I think that you really need to practice here. You need to really practice loving yourself, Christine. I'm going to tell you something. Every time that you get anxiety and stress yourself out and you're over anxious, okay? And when you do this, you're always dripping adrenaline and cortisol into your body. That's why you're thirsty. You'll never drink enough water if you're going to terrorize yourself. It's not going to happen. You couldn't drink enough water. You can't put out a fire with water on this side, and on this side, you're dumping gasoline. Okay? I'm having malabsorption issues. Again, this is stress. This is you in fight, flight, and fright. All right? I just started tummy love and cleansing tea and black gold, but how much of the minerals should I take to help hydrate me and get water in my cells? Just take it slowly. Just take an eyedropper 3 times a day in a glass of water. Okay, to start right now. And when I get the Sidonian minerals back in, I really apologize to those people who want them and need them. This whole thing just messed stuff up. And you know what? Two of my my most powerful products are the infinite iodine and the Sononium minerals. When I get them back in, Christine, you're going to want to take a look at that because I think it's really going to help you, because I also think you're blowing your thyroid out. Okay? Why do you think we blow thyroids out? We terrorize ourselves. Chris, Dr. Wolfe, what treatment would you use and diagnose if you were diagnosed with Lyme disease? Okay, take a look at the sentient element, and then I would suggest that you get a consultation with Karen to go through that whole thing. We need to play detective here. I apologize, but if you think $125 is a lot of money, then we have a problem. That's where our stumbling block is, because nobody charges $125 and says they're going to do a consultation on you and then give you lifetime support. That doesn't happen. Well, it does here. And I'm not trying to be a smarty. It's just that Lyme's disease, you know what? Give me a person with Lyme's disease and then take 100 people, and they all have different personalities, different diets, okay, and different factors going on. What if we were to go in and change the parts of your personality that were undermining your health? What if we were to go in and get rid of some of your bad habits, which we all have them? What if we were to go in and make tweaks that you didn't know that you were doing that were undermining you? Because we're all doing our best. Let me tell you something, everybody out there. Everybody's always done their best. And you know what? That's why you need to have passion for everyone. Don't call people stupid. Oh, he's so stupid. No, he's not. He doesn't have the awareness yet. Not everybody's awake. They're asleep, and they've been put to sleep by the system. And this is why I'm doing what I'm doing and giving all this free stuff that I do. Okay? Because guess what? It's not their fault. They got gamed. You know what? I just thank God that I woke up when I did. Just think of people who don't wake up and they're 70 years old, and that inner child is being locked in a jail that's invisible, but they feel it. Justin, do you go to psychic? What? Guys, I don't go to a psychic. I got intuition. Okay? I know what created me. I'm connected to that. I don't need a psychic. All right? No psychic. I've had good and dark evil advice. Do you suggest going to psychics? No, absolutely not. Emma, what about warm tinted light bulb? Is that helpful at all? Well, you know what? Warm tinted light bulb. No, the best thing for you to do is there's a company called Pure Light. Check that out. They have the best lights, I think. Okay? Emma, what about, okay, we did that. Jennifer, hi, Dr. Wolfe. Can you discuss your daily oral health care routine? I know you recommend oil pulling in your book. Oil pulling with castor oil, not coconut oil. Well, you can, but castor oil is better. And then I also use Healthy Mouth. And then I also use a toothpaste that has charcoal in it. Dr. Bronner, I think it is, Dr. Bronner's toothpaste. And I also put in my mouth Immunity Essential Oil. And I swish around 2 drops in the morning, and I'll do it before bed. Sometimes I'll do it if I feel like I'm getting a sore throat, or yeah. And then I'll even put 2 drops of Immunity in my mouth, and not swish it around, but I'll swallow it, and it'll just trickle down my throat when I get a sore throat, and I'll put Immunity on the outside of my throat. And that's about it. I don't do much more than that. Coffee. No, Colleen, sorry. What is the best heavy metal detox? Well, I'll tell you what the best heavy metal detox is. Fulvic acid. It is. Because you're drinking it every day. Why not just, hey, why do we let ourselves build up this stuff? Because it's the toxic world now. We know that. So why wouldn't we put fulvic acid in all our drinking water? 1 teaspoon in every quart of water we drink. It's the way to go. And then making sure our bowels are moving. Drinking structured water, which hydrates better than any other water, 1,000% more. And that, to me, is the best chelator right there. And keeping your vibration up. People that don't have a low vibration, no energy, they're going to have everything settle in them, aren't they? So I don't need all that stuff because I'm not doing it. And fasting, holy crap. Wait till you see what you dump when you fast. Bring up your vibration. A new vibration creates a new magnetism that doesn't hold on to the metals. And a low vibration holds on to the metals, holds on to the bugs, all of them, all the parasite party. They live in a low vibration. What are we supposed to do if we live in a condo and there's Wi-Fi all around us? Hard to convince people to unplug. Well, I'll tell you something right now. I have people that do that, and they're not going to unplug. And I'll have them, you can wear a protector like I have my neck. This protector here, I'm going to do another show with him. We've updated this so much against 5G. You're protected 5 feet out this way, 5 feet that way, 5 feet up from your head, 5 feet down. Okay, so that's around. So there's a bubble. The protector you put in the middle of your house. Okay? And I also have people that will get a Wi-Fi from me. You've nailed it. You know, most times you don't need that. Just a protector and this is enough. But if you get a Wi-Fi, you're done. You've done it. You know, try these things out. If you don't like them, there's a money back on them. Try them out. But go look at the information. I did. If you go to EMF/light, take a look at the smart guard for your phone. Take a look at the protector bodyguard. Okay, and there you'll see there's a video for the smart guard. There's a video for the protector and the bodyguard right there. And then also for the Wi-Fi, there's a video as well. Okay? Cindy. How do you heal from occipital neuralgia? Distinct type of headache characterized by piercing throbbing. Well, I'll tell you right now. How do you do it? There can be different reasons for it. Make sure you're hydrating with structured water. That's really important, and lots of it. Make sure you're on the whole plant-based diet. Make sure your bowels are... You're going to get a headache if your bowels are plugged and your liver gets backed up. But use the skin brush and vibrate, and then go in with the clapper, and you are going to be amazed. And where you feel the headache, let's say it was right here, you're going to clap here and clap until the headache's gone. And then clap every night for 15 to 20 minutes here, where you get the headache all the time. But in occipital, it's back here. So what I would do back here, let me see, I don't want to wreck my thing. So I'll pretend your occipital is where that ledge is. When you come down your head, ledge, and then it's your spine. So if I'm going to pretend it's here. So I'm watching TV, and I've got an occipital headache. Listen, girl, in 10, 15 minutes, it's gone. There's a physical block here. Why? Because you got stressed out so much with your shoulders up like this, or you had a concussion, or you had a whiplash, and the scar tissue created the block. Okay? Got to get my shirt down here. Getting all excited. Okay? So that caused the block. So now, go in here and unblock the sucker. Try it. You're going to find out, oh my gosh, Dr. Wolfe, you're right. Okay? Hello, Dr. Wolfe. Any idea why chiropractic adjustments don't stay? Jessica. They don't stay, Jessica, because the problem's not in the bone. The problem is dehydrated discs, which when we go in with doing non-surgical, okay, whether you want to believe this or not, we'll do a treatment on you. It'll take us about 1 hour. We'll go from your coccyx up to your cervical. When you're finished, minimum, you'd be a ½ inch taller to 2 inches. You think I'm kidding? Every one of those discs, okay, are getting compressed because of inflammation and dehydration. We're going to get the blood supply and the lymph supply in there because it all gets packed in like this. Then we're going to open it up like this. So look at how much bigger it is. If I go like that with my hand, and then I do that, it's twice the size, even 3 times. That's what we do with every disc going up. Okay? Now, we go in between each vertebrae, and in between each vertebrae, you'll see we have what's called spinous process, and they've got crystallization and scar tissue and calcium deposits where there shouldn't be. And we're going to go in there, and we're going to loosen every vertebrae so they move like a slinky. And guess what? Now they're not going to get jammed anymore. They're going to move beautifully. And once I do that, you're going to get a clapper. Oh, and you're going to get your husband to clap your back a ½ an hour, maybe once or twice a week to keep the circulation going. It's because you lost circulation and you crystallized, girl. Okay, that was it. So that's why. First, when you hit a red light, it's just going to pop out again. And it doesn't pop out. It gets frozen. It gets sticky in there. It gets crystal, calcium, scar tissue. Okay? So that's why Wolfe Non-Surgical is the best body work. And I mean that. It is. If I can find something better, I'll drop it. Okay? And just know this. If you come to take a course with us, the manual's 400 pages. It has everything that any manual would have anywhere else. It's so beautifully laid out. All our courses are. All right? You know what? I don't need approval. I need you to approve of them. And when you come, you will. Anna, can I give humic acid, silver bullet, or tummy love to my 2.5-year-old son? I also have a 6-month. Yes, you can. And Anna, please call me about them, okay? And you'll go by body weight, but I want to know what's going on with them. So please call me, and yes, you can. There's nothing toxic about our products. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. You can give them to your children. You can give them to your dog, and give them to your cat, okay? D. Is there a chance of Herxheiming becoming overwhelmed from the bodyguard? No. There's no such thing. I am following the perfect day diet, drinking structured water, just ordered the bodyguard. I'm super excited about trying it. Thank you for all you do. And thank you, D. Thank you for that. Veronica, do you know anything about the Quai Shield? Yes, I do. For EMFs. Yes, I do. And I believe it works. It's just not the one of my choice. That's all. Raymond, is your element the same as the Rife machine? No. Hold on a second here. Do not compare Rife. Rife was here how many years ago? Come on. Rife lived, I think he lived like 75 years ago. So would you drive a car that was 75 years old? I'm not telling you it doesn't work, the Rife machine. I'm telling you frequencies change. And understand, with the element, you can get an iPhone, put in a frequency, and you can run, okay, you can run up to 6 frequencies on this element. And the element has the most powerful delivery system in the world. We know that. And also, guess what? The element is $3,700. No, it outranks it any day. So if there's a new frequency, we can put it in the phone. And anybody can do this. Okay? Anybody. And also, when you're using the element, you could have 2 people on either side of you or even in the room, and they're still getting treated. All right? Go watch the video with the inventor and check out the information at EMF/light. Okay? All right. Wow. If anybody was watching the show and they stayed with me this whole time, wow, you guys are troopers. And that's all I can say. So don't forget, everybody, Monday, join me for DocTalk live Q&A. So if you've got any questions, I'll answer them on Monday. We'll let everybody know before the end of the week. It'll be on Facebook and Instagram when we're going to do... I told everybody that I was going to do... Friday. Friday, 1 o'clock is when we're doing the fasting challenge. 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock. So I'm going to be going over how to do it. You'll already... we're going to give them the booklet on Friday. That's right. So the booklet will be up on Facebook and Instagram on Friday. And we're going to meet for an hour on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's what we got to do. My apologies. So you get the book on Friday. We'll meet on Tuesday or Wednesday. After you've taken time, I need everybody to go through the book. You got to learn it. Okay, and then decide what you want to do. And then send your questions in on the one-a-days I do on Facebook every day. Or you can do it on YouTube too, can't they? Do we check YouTube? Okay. And if you don't want to do that, call in and just ask for Tara and tell it if you've got a question. Or save it, and you can do it live on my phone. I'll let you know. We'll do it Tuesday or Wednesday. What day do you think? Probably Tuesday. So it'll give you Saturday, Sunday, and Monday to look it over, get your questions together, and then teamwork makes the dream work. And let me tell you something. You know what? I'll tell you something. It's all about community. Okay? All right? When we leave this planet, we're all going to come back together. So let me tell you something. When you're on this planet, okay, It's all about community. And don't kid yourself, okay? This is heaven down here, all right? When you learn the rules, you will find out that this is. Don't forget, everyone, so Monday, we'll do that. Just be the regular Q&A, right? And then we'll do all the fasting stuff on Tuesday. There you go. And let me see what else. When you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to subscribe below and make sure that you click on the bell to enable notifications so that you never miss a show. All the shows are stamped. So remember, if you don't want to watch this show, go right to where it's stamped. Drake does it. If there's any mistakes, go after him. Okay, and it'll be on tomorrow, won't it, Drake? Okay, all right. And let me else. Oh, yeah, if you ever want to listen to one of our shows, the audio, you'll find it on iTunes, Spotify, or SoundCloud. And again, thank you to all my listeners. Hey, listen, you make this show possible. But, actually, no, we make this show possible because we love you. And God bless you, okay? And don't forget, you got to take your power back, but stop giving it away, all right? 3, 2, 1. I already know you got this. Have a beautiful night. If you're looking for life-saving and life-changing information, well, you've come to the right place. Don't forget to click and subscribe. Stay connected.